Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roll up this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a contract. Moving through the city, we be going. Yeah. Roll up this, you pullin' up, you know it. Yeah. Fresher than a max contract. Pullin' up, we walkin', then we walkin' in the back.
Every time you see me, know I look like Stephen Curry money. Like finals every year, what you expect from me?
About the Bulls, they weren't that much better than everybody. Outside of 96, where they were just better than everybody, they were just smarter than teams at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they outsmarted them. And it's really just, you don't really get the full grasp of how great Michael Jordan is till you actually watch the games. You know what I'm saying? Instead of watching the highlights. You just watch the game. This dude was like on another level. But the worst game I ever seen on here was probably game 2 of 97. That game was terrible. Like, in 97, it was the second lowest scoring game of all time.
No, that's disgusting.
The final score was like 77-69, but it wasn't just because of that era. Like, they legit were shooting like
the
shit.
era was trash.
First of all, the Heat.
Oh shit, my bad.
The Heat shot like 23 pointers, which for 97 is wild.
Yes.
And they went like 2 for 20.
I mean, but they had Hardaway, they had Dan Marley, probably even like Alonzo took a 3. Was Vashawn Leonard there yet?
Vashawn Leonard was boy, he had Mike beat up.
Yeah, people forget about Vashawn Leonard.
Vashawn Leonard had Mike in hell in game 2. Mike got in post game like, I just had a bad game. Nah, he was locking your ass up. And so, but it was, and then also I like to see just how many bench players that I just didn't think were that good. Like Jud Bushler was decent. You know what I'm saying? Like Pat, I understand. Luke Longley was a good defender.
Luke Longley was decent. Luke
Longley was a good defender.
The reason the shit that made me pay attention to Luke Longley for real was I think one day I was at my homie Kendall house. Shout out Kendall. It was like we was like, yo, let's just like play a game and like not play a game, but like play a game and like drink. I think we had cut on game 1 of the 96 conference finals. Luke Longley gave Shaq 13 and a half. Then I also read a column about Shaq gaining weight, and he said he put on weight to deal with Luke Longley. And I was like, damn, Luke Longley must have been legit a decent basketball player, and not like, you know what I'm saying? Because growing up, you like think it was they had Rodman, like the people you really don't expect growing up was Rodman, Jordan, Scotty, Harp, and like Kukoc. Everybody
you didn't respect Chicago Centers till Joe Kim got there. I mean, actually, Ben, that 1 year Ben played, like Ben Wallace, I think his contract was terrible, but his first year, Ben was good.
Do not remember Ben's first year.
Ben's first year was good. Like, he had Shaq on an island in that 07 series. Like, granted, Shaq fell off a little bit, but of course we know prime Ben guarded Shaq too. He held Shaq to like 11 points in that finals game. But
that wasn't prime Shaq either.
How far Shaq was in his prime, G?
He was. I keep saying that,
was in his prime in 04. How old was Shaq in 2004? How old was Shaq?
Shaq was in his prime until the last championship.
That's not. Whoa. The Heat?
Yes.
No.
He still averaged 20 and 12.
That's not prime Shaq. Prime Shaq was like 28 and 12.
Gee, I don't want to hear that, G. I say this ain't prime LeBron, but y'all keep arguing me it is.
Shaq is 48. So in 2004, that was 16 years ago, he was 32. That's his prime.
No, it's not.
Yes, G.
In my humble opinion, in my humble opinion, the year after, honestly, the last championship year was the end of Shaq's prime. But the year after, because I think he got the toe injury the year after, was like the end of his prime.
Got a toe injury. See, I think you're looking at it as like technically the definition of prime is like 28 to like 34. That's like your prime.
That's a long ass prime.
Was a long prime.
Now I'm talking about that's where your prime happens. I'm not saying it lasts that long, but that's where the prime is. Shaq was in his prime in 2004.
I disagree.
Look at Shaq's numbers in 2004. I got Google.
Shaq was literally in his prime until 2000 and to 2007.
I argue Shaq should have been MVP in 05. Everybody says Kobe. I love Kobe, but Shaq should have been MVP in 05.
I agree.
No, he shouldn't have been.
Steve
Nash deserved that MVP. No, Steve Nash deserved that MVP. When you look at the fact that I think the Suns won 25 games a year before and go to 60 wins, and really the main thing that changed was Steve Nash. No, Steve Nash deserved that MVP award. Now, if you want to talk about the next year, I think 06, I think you could make a strong argument that Kobe deserved it. I think that was the year Kobe averaged over 35 points. But I think the reason why Kobe didn't get that award was because of things that happened off the court and not because of things that happened on the court. I don't think at that point in time you were giving Kobe Bryant an MVP award when Kobe was. It wouldn't have been the best publicity for the league. I don't think at that point in time to give Kobe the MVP award. Also, I think a lot of writers had shit against Kobe Bryant at that point in time in life. But no, like the fact that Shaq even thinks he should win that is hilarious. When again, the main thing that changed with the Phoenix Suns was Steve Nash. Steve Nash joined the Suns and they won 60 games. The year before, they weren't the playoff team.
I just don't look at Steve Nash's MVPs the way everybody does.
I mean, I understand why. I feel you. Do I think Steve Nash is as great as most 2-time MVPs are? No. I think
there's a reason for why I feel like he's voted that we're not going to get into on this podcast. But
what? No, let's get into it.
Let's go into it. We don't care.
Okay, cool. It was they wanted a white boy to win the MVP. That's what I'm
literally. I think not now. The second year, you can have all the questions you want to have.
Yeah, 05, 06,
06, I don't agree with, but also 06, we got to look at again, huh? Thomas, you was okay. Anyway, 06, like if you look at again, the runner up was Kobe Bryant, right? We got to remember what Kobe was going through at that point in time. You weren't giving that award to Kobe Bryant then.
I'm not saying it should have went to Kobe because if you look,
it should have went to Kobe.
Look, if you look at the traditional way that the NBA, like 98% of the time, the way NBA votes the MVP, it's the best player on the best team. That's 98% of the time. They gave it to Russ that one time. Huh? One of the best teams, at least. Okay, at the worst, you gotta be a 2 seed.
I agree. Usually, yes.
At the worst, only reason they gave it to Russ because he did something that ain't been done in 40 years.
I mean, shit, Kobe did something that ain't been done since Mike did it.
What? What are you doing?
Average 35 plus points.
I mean, okay, yeah, but the league don't value just scoring though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, because if they did, we would be looking at Harden like we look at Kobe.
I feel you, but Kobe was first team all defense that year, so one like he just scored.
Okay, I get you, but Harden has other aspects to his game though.
I agree.
Like, Kobe's not the passer that Harden is. Kobe didn't get triple doubles like Harden gets. So I think that's a different side of the game.
I agree.
I feel like I'm one of the few who think that the one MVP that Kobe got was the one he actually got. Like I don't think that 06 should have been his.
I actually don't think that Kobe should have got.
Yeah, I know you go that little.
I think Chris Paul should have got
it. No, he shouldn't have.
No.
Come on,
he averaged 22, 12, and 2. He didn't have Powell for half a year, and he was a second seed.
Who didn't have Powell for a year?
Half the year, because I think Powell came over midway through that year. He didn't have Powell for half the year.
Yeah, you're just boosting up his MVP campaign. I hope you know that.
Yeah, that 06 team, that 06 Heat team did have a decent-ass team.
Yeah, most of that team came at the All-Star break, though, when they traded.
I mean, they was all old, but still, like, they still a decent team.
Player of the years. They had two former defensive player of the year, Zoe, GP. They had D-Wade, who was a young star in his own right.
They had Twan.
A lot of people forget how good GP and Twan were in that playoff run. Like GP hit the game winner in Game 4, and I feel like nobody talks about that in that series because the only thing we talk about is the egregious foul calls. No man should have 35 free throws.
Yeah, I feel like nobody talks about anything in that series besides Tim Donahue. In that series is like the main topic of conversation. D-Wade and the refs. Even we talk about this series to this day, I say D-Wade and the refs.
Yeah, and that's not nothing against
D-Wade. Like D-Wade.
Because you still got to win the games, but
you got to make the hit. You got to hit the free throws.
But
same shit with the Lakers Kings game. They took all the free throws. They missed them.
Bro, how was I when that was 17 during that series, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" like now, granted, I was rooting for the Mavericks because I had money on Dallas.
Why did you do that?
Because I was a gambler in high school, bro. I was gambling I was gambling my little bootleg money, bro. Like that's why I stopped gambling after I think the 06 finals. The last time I gambled bet because I was tired of that shit. I was
Dirk broke your heart.
I was being stressed about teams that wasn't mine.
Dirk broke your heart.
No, Dirk broke. That's why I was, despite the fact that I wanted the Heatles to lose in 2011. I was happy for Dirk. I remember my man Dirk got that MVP via satellite.
Bro,
we believe was the last series I bet on. Boy, I lost a good $50.
Bro,
oh my god.
Like if one,
we believe.
I don't think one ring has ever done more for a player than what it did for Dirk.
At all, if be lying.
Dirk don't win that shit. Oh my! If Dirk never wins,
he'd be lying by Dirk.
What you mean?
Like I think Dirk is great, but sometimes because that ring, people put a little bit too much dip on the Dirk chip, just a tad. Not saying that he ain't great. Dirk is in my top 5 power forward.
He beat the Heat.
I feel you.
It was more than just him, but okay.
He beat the Heat.
It was more LeBron than beat the
Heat. He also sent them to hell.
Yes,
he was the main guy. He was the main guy.
You know what I love about that series too? From watching some games recently, people just think like it was that one game. LeBron sucked that whole series. It wasn't one game.
He sucked.
Oh yeah, he did.
What he averaged 17, 21 points in that series?
It was like 17, 11, and 8. No.
Terrible.
It's like great for anybody that's not LeBron. Like, relax, bro.
Terrible.
Relax.
Bro.
That's terrible.
I always say I don't care how many rings LeBron has. I will always have 2011. You can never take that away from me.
It was bad.
I agree.
It was bad.
He can win 2 more rings, whatever, and they can say LeBron's dope. I'm like 2011, bro.
Like, yes, did they have good defense on Bron? They did. Like, yes, they did.
It was a mental thing, man.
You're not supposed to score 8 points.
Yeah, dog.
I don't give a fuck what defense they have. You're not supposed to score 8 points, bro.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So this is my question. So Scott, you saying you think that Dirk is overrated?
No, not at all. I'm just saying some people have him over Kevin Garnett, and I'm just like, relax.
I mean, I don't have him over Kevin Garnett, but I think he's in that class right below.
Like, of course, like if you rank your top 5 power forwards, where does Dirk rank on your list?
4th or 5th?
Yeah, if he's 4th or 5th to me, I probably have, of course, Duncan. I got Duncan.
Who are yours? Go ahead.
I got Duncan number 1. I got KG number 2. I've got Chuck number 3. Mm-hmm. I got Dirk, and then I got the pedophile number 5.
You got Malone that low?
Yeah. Now, this is not based on skill. I just want to let you know.
Gee.
It's not based on skill.
Gee.
It's not based on skill. Hey, man, look. You can Google Karl Malone. I'm not making this up.
I know.
Hey, man, y'all know what y'all bring when y'all invite me on here, dog.
It's fine. It is what it is.
I haven't let the N-word fly, so we're good.
In my opinion, I have.
Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that.
I have Duncan number 1. I still got Malone number 2. I'm sorry.
Over KJ?
Yes, bro. Malone a 2-time MVP. Malone also, now granted, Malone never made as many defensive teams as KG did, but Malone still got like 6 all-defense teams. Malone was a part of a 50-win team for a decade. I'm sorry. I got Malone number 2. And he's second time in scoring. Then I got KG. Then I probably got
KG with John Stockton, but you know.
Then I got KG. Then I probably have. Then the 4th and 5th spot is like complicated. I'm gonna go with Dirk because Dirk does have the ring. Dirk got an MVP too. I mean, and really the only thing that's separating them two is like a ring. Obviously, Chuck got more boards, but that's because of what Chuck do. But like Dirk was more efficient. He was 50, 40, 90. So
what's funny about Chuck?
I got Chuck 5th.
Not to cut you off. You know how Chuck, when the whole super team thing came, he's like, well, I would never do something like that. So I'm sitting here watching game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And what do I see at halftime? I love the YouTube with the full halftime joints.
Oh, gee, yeah. Well, you get to see everything. Yeah,
like Pat, like you said, like a documentary. I see via satellite Chuck get interviewed from Arizona by Bob Costas. Basically,
watch that interview, bro.
Basically saying, I want to get out. I'm ready to play for a championship.
I have watched that interview. Yeah,
bro. And got traded to Houston.
No. That was
sorry.
No, that was in the finals. That was game. That was game. I think 1 or 2 of the NBA.
Finals. You're right. The 96 finals.
Finals.
Yeah, you're right.
He went on TV and said, "Trade me," and then named his places. Indiana to go play with Reggie Miller. Houston was actually ended up happening, and he said somewhere else that I forget. But I know Indiana was on the list, and I know Houston was on the list, and it was one of the places on the list that I forgot what happened.
Yeah, man. So it's like when he was saying about that, when he was talking about LeBron and KD, like, dude, shut up. You did the same thing, bro. It just didn't work out the way you wanted.
I was like, I understand.
So who your top 5, Pavy? You ain't never finished, and I want to do mine.
I named them. I said I have Duncan 1. I got Malone 2. I got KG 3. I got Dirk 4. I got Chuck 5th.
Okay.
And then Mikhail is like 6.
Okay, me. I have Duncan 1. I have KG 2.
You about to say some bullshit. Here we go.
I'm not about to say some bullshit. I got Dirk 3.
I got Giannis 4.
I got Malone 4. I got Giannis 5.
I was almost there.
What you mean?
Off.
What you mean?
I gotta see Giannis play a little longer, man.
Barkley don't have a ring. Malone don't have a ring. Giannis don't have a ring.
Okay, yeah, but Barkley got. Giannis got to finish his career out, bro.
Giannis got it. Like my thing with Giannis is Giannis has been here what 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
This is 6th season.
Let's get it.
Let it get to 10.
I don't need it to get to 10. He got an MVP already. He actually about to have 2 MVPs already. Stop it.
Yes.
Stop it.
But listen.
Stop it.
Yes.
Stop it.
Listen. When he gets that second MVP, we can talk. But right now, he ain't got that second MVP. They might not even name an MVP this year.
I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. He got 1 MVP. How many MVPs Barkley got?
1.
Okay, then. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
But again,
I don't want to hear it.
Barkley
I don't want to hear it.
got probably more All-NBA first teams than Giannis does right now.
I don't want to hear it.
I just need to see more years from Giannis, and I will gladly. And also, Giannis has been playing power forward for 1 year.
Yeah.
Literally 1 year.
Not literally 1
Literally
year.
1 or 2 years. It ain't been
2
long.
years, and both years he about to win MVP.
He been playing.
Duh. What you mean? Both years he won MVP playing power forward.
Hey, Pav.
Ain't nobody won nothing.
Both years he won MVP playing power forward.
Ain't nobody won nothing yet, bro.
Scott Williams.
All right, bro.
Scott Williams is about to do a live stream with Cliff Livingston. If you want to hear their side of the story,
I will watch it. I will watch it.
Really?
No, Giannis ain't.
Nobody cares.
Giannis ain't.
Pat, you remember you had that song, Nobody Cares?
I remember that.
That's how I feel when you bring up those old Bulls players.
I think I said, what the fuck I say? I said, fuck love, they even hated Jesus Christ. Bar.
That's hilarious.
Bar.
All
but you two guys are Bulls fans.
That's what you want to talk about first?
Outside of Michael Jordan. How do you guys feel about the future of the Bulls? I could go first. But
no, we don't care about your opinion on this.
But how do you guys feel about the future of the Bulls? Are you excited? Do you think it's an easy fix? Do you think it's a hard fix? What do you guys think about the team?
I'm excited. I think I'm hyped. This is the most hype I've been for the Bulls in a while. I like that we have a good president and general manager that's actually outside of the organization for once. The Bulls have had only 3 general managers: Rod Thorne, Jerry Cross, and John Paxson. 2 of those were 30 years combined, which is ridiculous. So I'm glad we got those 2. We finna get Jim Boylan up out of here. So I'm happy. I don't think it's a hard fix. I think it's I don't know say easy, but I think more than anything, this upcoming season, whenever we get it, I think it's going to be an evaluation year. Don't think it's going to be a lot of wins. It's really to see what talent can you keep, what talent has the future or whatever. I think one of the main things that came from Mark Eversley's press conference was I didn't know the Bulls only had 1 player development guy on their staff.
Really?
One. That is inexcusable in 2020.
How?
No, I have no idea.
That's idiotic. Now
So
that is idiotic.
Can I say one thing really quickly? Shout out to Richard C. Wright Jr. He just donated to us. We appreciate that. He said, "What's good, Kings? Keep up the great content. Thank you for the donation. We appreciate that, sir." Go ahead.
Sir. So, yes, I like that. I like the fact you're going to have that. They're going to have a new training staff because I can't name a franchise that's had more injured players more than anything. They're getting Jim Boylan out of here. That's good. This is a good start. We can see where we go, what players need to keep. And like Mark Evans said, we got to make the franchise cool again. And focus on – they need to be really getting the culture ready to either for free agents or what I like to call pre-agencies to whatever one of those stars who are upset and wants to trade. So I think I'm giving them 3 years without me complaining is what I mean. So whatever they want to do, I'm with it. We'll see how it works. And then we'll just go from there, man. But as far as excitement, and I'm happy with it, man. I'm ready to see what's going on. I don't care about losing. I just want to plan. And for the first time in maybe a decade, they have actual plans. So that's what I'm happy about.
Pavy?
Me personally, I like the energy around the franchise. One, I like the fact that he's black.
Yes.
Which I think helps a lot.
I think qualified.
Black and qualified, which I think helps a lot. I think that again, it's just like a new energy in Chicago that you've never, really seen. And I also think that between Chicago sports and the black community in Chicago, there's always been somewhat of a divide, especially when it comes to the Bulls.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you look at the D Rose era. I think white people in Chicago, the North Side had they take on D Rose in the media, and the South Side had they take on D Rose in the media. And I think it kind of just having an African American in office kind of I guess makes us feel represented with the team as far as Chicago goes. As far as the Jim Boylan thing, I don't mind him firing Jim Boylan. Like, I get it. Do I think everything was his fault? I do not. I think that he dealt with a lot of injuries. I don't know how many coaches win when 2 and 3 of their starters are hurt. You even have the Warriors, 2 or 3 of their starters hurt. They don't look the same, and that's Steve Kerr. So I think that I don't know if he necessarily got a fair shake, but also he did what he did. And if you want to clean house, I have no issue with that. But if you're gonna clean house, I also need the players who lost by 50 points and didn't want to come to practice to be clean house as well. You need to evaluate some of them, and some of them don't need to be on the roster moving forward as well. If we're gonna do a full culture reset, then we need to do a full culture reset. Because some of them is an issue with the culture too. I'm sorry. Some of them the issue with the culture too. Look, I'm
not disagreeing with that. I don't think there's one person on the scene who's
real quick
untradeable.
Real quick, I love Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine is a hell of a player. But Zach LaVine got this thing when he scored 40 points. He seemed like he don't think it's nothing he can do better. You probably scored 40. You probably gave up 35 throughout the course of the game. What did you really do? You scored 5 points. For every point that you gave to the team, they cooked you for. Mm-hmm. So same time, if you want to do a full culture reset, I'm fine with that. I have no issue with that. Mm-hmm. But let's do a full culture reset. But in general, I like the excitement that they're bringing back to the Bulls. And I think that they just make and I think All-Star Weekend had like a lot to do with it. I think that the owner and them saw like, yo, this is what the city could be if we build a winner. And Chicago really hasn't had a winner in a legit winner. Whereas like I think people were excited about D Rose, but I don't think it lasted long enough for people to consider them a true winner.
I mean, 2010. Them 2 seasons they won 60-50 games. That's a winner.
Yes, but it's 2 seasons. So it's like you
just build a winner though.
Yes, but it's like you're building excitement. To me, I think the last winner you had, and the only really, and I think honestly the only real winner you've had in France, like legit winner, where it's like, yo, these guys are good for 5, 6, 7 years, and they're like contenders for like a decade, is the 90s.
Okay, but see, you gassed up the Knicks too much to agree with that point. You once said in a debate that Melo brought excitement. D Rose has won more.
Listen.
Rose won more games in those 2 years.
I understand that. Listen, I understand that, and that's why the Knicks is a travesty, but it's because of what's going on. The Knicks had a decade in which they were legit competitive. They really had two decades in which they were legit competitive, probably for most of the decade, the 70s, and they've also had the 90s. The Bulls have had the 90s in which they were like legit, yo, we can really win a ring every year. So I think that for us fans,
they went to 3 conference finals in the 80s too, though, G.
Yes, yes, but even if you watch documentaries, they say like they really had no fan base. They went to, I think, 1 conference final. It wasn't 2. They went to 1 conference final, I think. 1 conference finals, and they had like
89 and 90. That's 2 conference finals.
Oh, yeah. No, wait. I like that you said 70s. I mean, like Jordan era. As far as the Jordan era, they went like that was the most successful. Where it's like, yo, we are excited. Like we know that we have a chance to win every single year. So if you were a kid growing up in whatever that time was to whatever it ended, you knew the Bulls were a good competitive team and you had at least a chance to win every year. I don't think any decade of fans in the city can say that. And I'm happy the fact that I think the new GM has a chance to bring some excitement back. And at least look, if he could even do what he did with the Nuggets, right? The Nuggets are at least a good team. Like at least for the next 5 years, the Nuggets gonna have a shot. Would they get it done? Who knows? But they'll at least have a shot at it. And I think that if you can get the Bulls back to having a legitimate shot for 5-10 years, and I think he's done his job, and I'm happy that he's here.
Yeah, and just not before Thomas, you guys want to say with contender and winning is 2 different things to me. If you want to say they haven't had a contender, like a solid, consistent contender since Mike, cool. I'm not gonna argue that. D Rose injury killed that, but they made the playoffs every year but one in this time. Yeah. Even when that 1 year he was injured, they still won a playoff series in 2013. You know what I'm saying? So I would say they were a winner. They definitely weren't. Their window got closed because of D Rose injury, for sure. And when LeBron hit that game winner, that was like, okay, stuff is about to change. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether or not it should have been technical because David Black shouldn't have called timeout, that's a whole nother discussion. But the fact is, I feel like what you mentioned with the Nuggets, that's a good frame, but also the Bulls it's in a bigger city. It's going to be easier to attract more people than Denver. And what I love about what Mark Eversley said was, we want to make this a players first organization. You have never heard a Bulls front office guy ever say that. So that's huge. And him working at Nike for 10 years is going to come in more helpful than a lot of people think.
I agree.
He's got relationship with those players, and even if it's not like a Giannis or AD.
Oh yeah, free agents, definitely.
Yeah, even if you don't look at that, and when it comes to trading time, like we all talk about how many times can Ben Simmons or Embiid play together. Whenever they think about splitting them, he got good relationships with both. He knows the organization. You might try to get one of them. I'm just saying there's options for them, which I like, and the Bulls haven't had that in a long time.
TPJ?
I agree. I think that I'm very excited to see what's to come. I'm just excited for a new culture. I think whatever they decide to do with Boylen is whatever they decide to do with him. But I at least think that the person that's above him now, at least there's somebody that's above him that I can look at and be like, you know what? All right, I can understand the moves and the methods behind what he does. I think we saw, what the guy did in Denver. And I think that, as you also said, like just from a standpoint of him being black, like the Bulls, I even see a lot of writers and stuff like that. And even shout out to what's the name of the homies that do sports in Chicago for the Bulls?
Stay Humble, Gene.
Stay Humble.
Gino,
Shout out to Gino and Terrence. But I've even heard them talking about kind of having security issues and being able to go certain places within the Bulls arena and things of that sort. So I even think that things like that. And kind of, those kind of culture issues surrounding the organization, I think will change. I think it'll be a lot more of a youthful organization. I think that organization has gotten very old over the past couple of years. But I think that that's just kind of one of those things where, I feel like every 10 to 15 years for like key franchises in the NBA, there's a monumental shift, and the Bulls are a key franchise in the NBA. I think the fact that they were terrible, I think, was bad for the NBA, and I think them being good is always good for the NBA.
I don't think it's as bad as you think it was, but we can get
Shut the hell up! Shut up! Shut up! I didn't talk while you was talking. I didn't talk while you was talking. Shut up!
Trust me, the NBA would rather have the Bulls more relevant than the Cavs. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Cavs, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So even just looking at that. I'm personally excited. I think that honestly we could literally clean house if we want to, or we can build around a couple guys, or we could think, hey, we need a star in here, so let's get rid of some guys and bring in a star. I think that there are guys like a Devin Booker that's out there to be had if you want to really go and get him. I think a Ben Simmons or a Joel Embiid is out there to be had. A Bradley Beal is out there to be had. I'm sorry, CJ McCollum is out there to be had.
I'm straight on CJ.
I'm straight off everybody you name besides Ben Simmons.
Why? Why you straight on Bradley Beal?
I don't think any because I think if you're gonna pay Bradley Beal $170 million, you must have like, yo, this guy can help us win the championship right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's way better than he's way better than Zach LaVine though.
Like yes, but again, he's better than Zach LaVine, but not so much better that I would trade Zach LaVine for him.
No, I agree with that.
I
agree with that from a contract perspective. I forgot about his contract. I think Ben Simmons would be perfect for this team.
Simmons, go get that man. Simmons, go get that man. Because
I just want Ben Simmons on the team. I don't even care about that.
No. I personally think Ben Simmons could be the best player in the NBA one day. I still think that, and also I think that Philly is using the man wrong. Like the man is an all-star, and everybody keeps talking about how he can't shoot. He's a fucking all-star and one of the best defenders in the league. Fuck the fact he can't shoot. Look at what he can do. And so Simmons, go get that man. But everybody else you name, I'm straight.
That man said, "Go get that man."
I'm straight. But real quick, so there's one question I want to ask you guys because you guys Bulls fans, and I have some ideas on it. But are there any guys on this team that, let's say, if you guys had a little bit of GM power, you had like some say so in like the situation, are there some guys that you would think about keeping?
Yeah, I think there's 3 that I like. Now I would still trade any of these 3 for the right price, but Zach, I feel like Zach just needs to have a right coach. He needs to be able to not play idiot ball in the fourth quarter. So yeah, Zach, I love Wendell Carter Jr. and Kobe White. That's really kind of about it. But like I said, Thomas, you funny. But those probably the only 3. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, I would get rid of whoever wants one of them. I think this upcoming season needs to be focused on which one of y'all trying to keep y'all jobs. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think it's going to come down to.
For me, I would probably say I like Zach. I do like Zach, but if I can get a deal for Zach, I don't mind trading Zach. But I really, really like Zach. I think Zach has star potential. I think with the right mind frame, he could even be like a MVP candidate one day because of his athleticism. Like his athleticism puts him in a class that most players just don't have. So I do like Zach. I like Wendell. I fuck with Kobe, and I like Chris Dunn. If you look at I like Chris Dunn, bro.
Biggest Chris Dunn hater since he got here. But the way he played last season, if he could just be that defensive stalwart off the bench.
Chris Dunn is one of the better perimeter defenders in the NBA, and I don't think he gets credit for it, but I think Chris Dunn is one of the better perimeter defenders in the NBA. Even if you look at his steals percentage, I think he leads the league in steals percentage off the bench. I think it's like 2.1 steals, and he's not even starting. So my guys is Chris Dunn, Kobe White, Wendell Carter, and Zach LaVine.
I don't ever think Kobe White's gonna be a starter. Honestly, my thing with Kobe White. Use him in this old school reference, but use him in a Vinnie Johnson type role. You know what I'm saying?
I told you. What did I tell you? He is the next line of like Lou Will guys to me.
Vinnie Johnson,
Jordan Clarkson,
Jamal Crawford,
Jordan Clarkson, Jamal Crawford, Lou Will. Like he's in that next line of guys to me because I think when Kobe comes in the game, I only want him to care about scoring.
Right.
Don't even worry about getting nobody involved, bro. I only want you to see the rim. See the rim for the 25 minutes you in the game and do what you do.
Yep, for sure. And I think this is a make or break year for Laurie. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to see
Laurie Bird.
We got to see if it's coaching or is he just smelly.
He's not that good.
I'm on the side of I don't think he's that good.
And look,
I want to see him with a reliable coach and a point guard.
And look, when I say he's not that good, I don't mean he's going to be out the NBA. But I think the expectations that people put on him because he's white and he can shoot threes, so you eventually think Dirk Nowitzki, he's just not that good. He's not that good.
I disagree. I think he is that good. He's not being utilized properly.
No,
but you know what the Dirk comparison is like? It's like when a big white tight end comes in, they're like, well, he's the next Gronk.
Like, no.
We got to stop that.
No. I think he's good. I think he'll be in the NBA for 13, 15 years. I just think he's like this generation's a better version of like their Danielle Marshall. At best, he's Antoine Walker.
Look, I'll put it this way. Last season, he averaged 18.7. I think it's a reason why. I think because Jim Boylan wasn't the coach for the entire season last year. I think that he can be a guy that can average 20 to 25 points per game. He's only 22.
But are you winning like that?
Huh?
But are you winning like that?
Who else is around him? Look at look at this year. He's playing 3 less minutes. He's taking 4 less shots. He's taking the same amount of threes, but he's not getting the same amount of points in the paint and in the middle. He's only
drive.
Gee, look at the offense. What offense do they have?
They don't have.
What
are they running?
What does he do when he
what
gets the ball?
are they running? No. You play 2K. What sets are they running? What are they running?
Listen,
I'm asking you a question.
I hear you.
No, stop. No, answer the question. No, you can answer the question. What sets are they running?
Explain. First of all, I don't watch Mad Bulls games. I've been to a couple, and look, I will say this: the games. Listen, let me talk. The games that I've been to, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what type of offense they running. It looks crazy at times. I think they're a much better defensive team than they are offensive team. But also, my thing is this: Laurie Marketing, you are the captain of the team. There are certain things you can do to demand the ball. I think too much at time. He stands.
He the captain of the team?
He is one of the fucking captains on the team. I think at times
he the captain on the team.
He's one.
I don't know who the hell
the team. He's one of the captains on the team.
We don't know who the goddamn captain on the team is.
Listen. I think you.
This ain't bro. No, Laurie Marketing. This is not D2 Mighty Ducks. Or D3 Mighty Ducks, where the fucking coach comes in the middle of the game and it's like, Laurie, I need you to score the ball and take the C off and put the shit on his chest. He ain't no goddamn captain. The Bulls ain't got no captains.
Listen. But I'm not gonna let you sit there and blame Boylan for everything. Cause same time, Boylan be calling plays for Zach LaVine and he don't fucking run. Zach LaVine do what the fuck Zach LaVine.
That's because
the one thing you want to do.
The team don't respect.
What are they calling?
Listen. The one thing that you know about Zach is he always wanted. Sometimes you see Lowry. I don't even know he in the game. It's ways to make an impact. You fucking 7 feet. Go rebound. You rebound. Run. Hold on. Wait. You rebound. Run. Seal a man. If they don't pass you the ball, get a motherfucking 3-second violation. Why? I bet next time they gonna pass you that ball. Sometimes he stands out on the perimeter and just like want to shoot threes, like he JJ Redick. You can be aggressive, and I don't see that. You can be aggressive.
I see that too.
Go ahead.
I kind of feel like it's a mix of both a lot of it. I think it's a mix of Laurie's not aggressive. I think it's a mix of bad coaching and bad development, and I think it's a mix of he doesn't have a legit point guard on his team. Like Thomas Satoransky's not a legit point guard. I
agree
don't
with
care
that.
how
He's
much
not. He's not.
people
He's most
going
definitely
up
not.
thinking
Thomas
you
Satoransky
gave
is
him-
not.
Let's just say we realistically got Ben Simmons, even though you probably have to give up Laurie to get Ben Simmons. But let's just say in another world, you're able to keep him. He would get the easiest shots of his career. And if he's still out there going to the 3-point line like he JJ Redick, then that's just a problem with him. So the Bulls
what he
need to
would be
find
doing.
out. But see,
But
the
that's
Bulls,
not what he gonna be doing though.
no,
That
but
is
what
what he
I'm
gonna
saying,
be
I'm
doing.
not expecting really.
He's gonna be playing more on the fucking perimeter because Ben Simmons gonna be occupying that whole space down there.
No, he's
So he's gonna be
not.
picking it up in the whole
No,
damn
he's
game.
It's
not.
not like
Yes,
Ben
he
Simmons be
is.
posting up, G. Like he gonna have time to get to the bucket, G.
Listen, he not gonna be getting to the bucket. Reason being because it's gonna be Ben Simmons' job to occupy the paint. If you got Ben Simmons who you know don't need to shoot the ball, and he's a fucking great passer, he can pass out the post, he can drive, he gonna collapse the defense. So Laurie gonna spend a lot of time on the perimeter. I'm not saying Laurie is bad. I think Laurie can be in the league for 13, 15 years. I just don't think he's the exact same player that people think he is. I think he's good. I think in his best years, he can get you 18, 19 points. I think he's a good player. But is he like some superstar all-star people think he is? No, and I never thought that.
I disagree. I think he's got potential.
I
think
that's
he does.
the truth.
I agree. I think he's good.
I think you've seen a lot of guys that have not been as good as him and not put up the numbers that he's put when he's gotten the opportunity that he's been
If
able
you
to
put
get.
Danielle Marshall
He hasn't
in
gotten
right now,
any.
he giving you Laurie Marketing.
Danielle Marshall's disrespectful. Laurie Marketing is better.
That's disrespectful as
Because
fuck.
he gonna take more threes. If you put Danielle Marshall, prime Danielle Marshall in this era
First
right
of all,
now.
there's no such thing as prime Danielle.
Exactly. Get shut your little shoe having ass up, boy.
Let's
Listen.
stop that shit right now.
Listen.
Fuck outta here.
I remember Danielle Marshall on the Bulls. There's no such
Laurie
thing as prime
Marketing-
Danielle Marshall.
You on that dope?
Laurie Marketing is Danielle Marshall, at best Antoine Walker, maybe Sam Perkins with more opportunity. He is not Dirk Nowitzki. That's not what I see from that man. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not calling him dirt. I'm just saying he has a lot of stuff to prove. That's why I'm not expecting a lot of player movement whenever the offseason begins, because you got to see what do you have. Like you said, Pat, there's been a lot of injuries. This
agree.
starting lineup has played maybe 10 games together, if that.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to see what Otto can bring. Like Otto was hurt the whole year. And granted, I'm not a big Otto Porter Jr. fan. It's more because of his contract more than anything. Like that contract is ridiculous. But you got to see what you have before you just out here trading people.
I agree.
So this upcoming season, make this whenever it starts, make it a one-off. We're gonna see it's about player development. Whatever wins we get, we can get. But we need to see what we got here. Do we have a couple players we can start as like a core, or do we have to start literally from scratch? So that's what they need to see, and that's what I think they're gonna do.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I think okay. So if you had to, and let's just obviously it's hypotheticals. What do you think will be the 3 biggest priorities for the Bulls headed into the middle of next All-Star break?
Oh, the middle of next All-Star break.
Yeah. Because I mean, like the new regime has about 40, 50 games established. What do you think we're looking at? 3 things headed into that All-Star break.
I think they're probably looking at the disgruntled players list, like who out of those players are actually like tired of being there. Do these players fit whatever you're building? And then any players that they're like, okay, I've seen enough. This guy isn't fitting what we're trying to do. I would likely see them on the move. Those probably like the 2 things that I see. Like that's probably like the 2 number 1 things. The coaching is gonna be solved before that.
Personally, I think the main thing you look for is make sure you have flexible books.
Yes.
Make sure you have cap space to just make some moves.
To
Like,
even
if
sit
it's
down at the table with Giannis.
not even that. Like maybe it's not a Giannis, but maybe it's a guy who's like an 87 on 2K. You know what I'm saying? Who can
What
like
guy
be,
was that? Give me an example of a guy.
I mean, like I would have to look and see like what like the list is, but I would have to literally like look and see like who's coming up next year in free agency. But just like a guy who is All-Star, a guy like that, a guy who can make a 3-time, 4-time All-Star, something like that, or a Giannis, or like AD. Just have flexible books. You don't want to lock yourself into deals, and with having flexible books, be able to, like you said, identify who you like. Identify what you like, and then also have flexible books going into the off season. I feel like that's the main thing. Identify who you like and have flexible books going into the off season and build a culture. Like you want to do something like, how when people walked into Phoenix this year, even if they lost, people was like, yo, Phoenix is a respectable basketball team again.
I have no idea. I've been watching.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, Phoenix was a respectable team. They made some noise. You know what I'm saying? It was at least excitement around Phoenix again, and like you had hope for the future. You want to get the fan base back engaged, make sure they have hope, identify who you like, and make sure you keep flexible books just in case you can attract somebody. And even if you can't, you're able to get a meeting. It brings some validity to your franchise. And if you can't get them, maybe you get like a guy who's an 86, 87 overall on 2K, and you can build off that and go for the playoffs. I mean, it's the East. Also, they weren't that far out the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they really weren't.
They really weren't. If everybody's healthy, they might make the playoffs. Trying to be the AFC next year, and bounce that into free agency, and again, keep it flexible books. That's my thing for the Bulls.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's actually move on and let's actually talk Zion the Lion. Oh, my bad. Let's go ahead and let's move.
You got to get rid of that nickname, bro.
No, I'm not getting rid of that nickname. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. There's a report out there that Zion Williamson allegedly received illegal benefits, or at least his parents allegedly received illegal benefits on his behalf. ESPN is reporting it. Yahoo Sports is reporting it. Basically, his marketing agent is suing him for a breach of contract, and they want $100 million in damages. They're alleging that his parents received money, or at least were asking for money and favors from Nike and Adidas. What are you guys' thoughts about this scandal that is upon us? And what do you think about it?
I mean, it's like I don't even care because it's like every other year we get somebody coming out this. I think if you don't think top recruits are getting paid by these colleges, I think you're just in denial. I think the bigger problem is why you hating, why you snitching. It says former
because they're not getting paid.
Yeah, former dude, and it's like what they gonna do? It's not like Duke won a championship last year. What they gonna take away? So it's like a non-issue to me. I think the only thing with this is it's like a secret that everybody knows that these guys are getting paid. So it's even like when you talk about what the G League is trying to do. I think Richard Jefferson or somebody said it like, okay, are they offering more than what Duke's offering? Like, people know what's going on, man. It's just kind of like a silent thing. To me, it's kind of like a slow story because we ain't got nothing else to talk about. But it's a non-issue for me.
Pavy?
Same. I mean, obviously Zion got some money. Like Zion, I mean, see what bro was doing in high school. Like Zion joining your franchise where your college immediately brings some value to the school, so he's getting paid for his value. Like Ricky G was saying, people been getting paid forever. It's been happening for decades and decades and decades. It's never gonna stop. And yeah, I think the bigger issue is, somebody trying to not ruin the young man's life, because obviously it's not ruin the young man's life, but just dump some dirt or the young man's life and on like the young man's name, and gives him something to worry about outside of basketball. And that's the unfortunate part, because you got grown ass adults, and you see Zion with commercials on TV that come on every day, and you probably salty because you're not getting any of that money now, because he didn't, I don't know if CAA is taking care of that now.
If he signed a contract, he signed a contract.
Zion wasn't a redo of the Like Mike commercial.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know if CAA is like, taking care of that, or like the ones benefiting off that, but basically it ain't you no more, and now you mad about it, and now you want to try to get some money any way possible, and that's unfortunate, but it is.
It's not unfortunate. He signed a contract.
Did he get out the contract?
Yeah, that's why they suing him. Why do you think they suing him? If he's still working with them, you think that they not gonna be suing him? You signed a contract.
But I'm saying, like, if he legally got out the contract. You're not suing this man for.
You're not suing that man for damages if you think that he got out of the contract properly.
Listen, you're not suing that man for breach of a contract. What you're trying to do is like put dirt on the man's name and sue the man for stuff that really don't have nothing that much to do with you.
Right. You
wasn't the reason that man got that money. You didn't broker that deal for that man to get that money. They probably approached that man with money because he's Zion.
Right.
Yeah, no, but this is the thing. They are suing him for a breach of contract.
Okay, well that's something different. But like, why are you
suing him for a breach? Because they suing him because
for a
breach of contract.
But why are you mentioning something that don't have nothing to do with the breach of contract? Him taking money from Duke ain't got shit to do with that.
Yeah, but she's trying to put some pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what pressure she thought she was going to
That ain't got shit to do with that.
It is pressure.
That's fine. That ain't got shit to do with that.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does. If you was his marketing agent and you helped procure illegal funds when he was doing what he was doing, then yes, it does matter. Yes, it does. It does. It does. We helped him bend the we helped him bend the rules and do what was good for him until he got his payday, and then he cut us off when the whole time they was asking us to do their dirt.
If you helped him bend the rules, okay, cool. Then that I can understand. But if you didn't, and you
that's what they saying.
You know
that's what they're alleging. They're alleging that they was that they are alleging that Williamson through several statements they're asking him to admit that they were that people around him were asking for money, and that they demanded and received gifts and money from other people and from universities and everything.
That's fair,
including shoe companies. So I think it matters. I think look, in this new day and age of what's going on with this NCAA thing, like Ricky G said, like we all say, all these guys are getting paid anyways.
Right.
But like to say that they throwing dirt on the man name, that don't mean they throwing dirt on the man name. They just want to get paid, just like everybody else want to get paid.
It's a tactic.
And even when Ricky G said, this is about money. We talking about money. And like he said, a lot of these big agents and stuff like that, they get big because they sign the guy that's the big client, or they know somebody that's the big whatever. Like he was naming all the different players that that big agents spawned off of them knowing this player when they was in AAU. So if you his marketing representative or his agent, or you finna become whatever, and then the big company come and take your client, yeah, you're gonna be mad about it. Hell yeah. I'm sorry. I don't blame them. But also, it's like if none of this was going on, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I just feel I agree with that. I just don't. I see why she's doing it. I just don't. It's a woman, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think it is.
Okay, I see what she's doing. It's just like you can come up with something better than that. Like that's not really going to get anything. Oh, another college athlete was illegally taking money. Wow, big deal. Like they can't even take that from him. It ain't like he won anything.
Yeah, they can strip his college records.
Who cares? At the end of the day,
I agree. I
care.
agree. Derrick Rose technically never went to college,
and that's like we all know he still plays for them. Like they're like technically the Fab Five doesn't exist. There's a documentary about the Fab Five. You can say what you want. They existed.
I agree. But Scott, you want to talk about this? Should the NBA return this year?
Okay, this is my thing on it. I feel like I've talked about this on the timeline on Twitter like every other day, man. As a diehard sports fan, I do miss sports. It's annoying me that I can't watch live sports. It's annoying me that I've got to watch. But with that being said, no, they should not bring it back. They're going to try every way possible to bring it back. And I think the main reason they're going to try is because they're at the 60-game mark. See, the NFL dodged the bullet because the Super Bowl ended about a month and a half before this before we went on lockdown. So they didn't have any decisions to make. The MLB was 2 weeks away from starting. They dodged the bullet. The NBA was 10 games away from getting their TV money. So they want to have that. They want to have a champion. They want to have an MVP, all of that. I get it. And I understand why. And they're going to try. And they might even start the season. But the fact of the matter of them thinking they're going to get through a season is just realistically not going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Let me finish. I don't think they're going to realistically go through it because one, it's going to take a lot for them. They don't want to take the PR hit of getting all these tests when you got people who really need the test and not getting it over basketball. But let's just say they get past that. If just one person gets it, you're screwed. Yeah. And they say they can put them. Oh, we're going to put them in isolation for 14 days. Yeah, good luck with that. And they've already been around people anyway. So if one of them got it, 9 times out of 10, somebody else got it. And it's just too much. And even from a competition perspective, what if it's game 7 of a conference finals and like Giannis and LeBron can't play because they sick? Yeah. From the virus. It's crazy. And I don't think it's going to happen. Same thing with NFL. Roger Goodell can say what he won't, or we're starting on time. I don't think you can judge that. The virus, and whenever we get something that slows it down, is going to determine that. So that's just my opinion. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, personally, I agree. I think I'm going to bring Pavy back in here. I agree. I think that – oh, my bad. Oh, sorry. My bad. I just removed everybody from the stream. My bad. Personally, I think that when you're looking at everything that's going on, I think that after seeing what happened with the MMA fights last night, I believe they can return. I think that they got everybody tested. I think it was even a fighter that came up, and he tested positive like a couple days before or whatever. but that was really before he got a chance to kind of be around everybody else and around all other fighters. So I personally think that there will be an opportunity for them to be able to continue on. And I think that if you're the players, I mean, this is a risk that you're just gonna have to be willing to take. I'm sure they done probably been having all kind of private parties, all kind of people, women, friends of friends that they know, been coming through, hanging out, random stuff. Like, you can't make me believe that all of these guys have just been doing nothing. They just haven't been putting it on the internet. And if you're an agent, that's the first thing you telling all your players. Hey, stay off the internet. Stay off the internet. Do what you want to do. Do your league obligations. Hop on the gram when you need to. But other than that, stay your ass off the internet. So with that being said, I think that they can return. I think if they do it in a place like Vegas or Orlando or Florida, I think Dana White spoke about it in his post-fight press conference last night for the UFC when he said that he thought that every league that is looking to start their sports should do it, and they should do it in Florida. It was fairly easy for them to get everything happening. I think that the thing that you didn't see during the fights was just the people. I think that even in terms of watching the fights last night and the level of competition, or even seeing clips and highlights, I mean, you couldn't see people in the background, but usually you just see a little sprinkle of people in the background anyways. It's not like you can see the whole arena when you're watching the fight. You're usually just inside the cage. So when you're seeing these guys striking and doing stuff inside the cage, all of the other stuff don't matter. And even if you watch Lakers games, the crowd is not like a big part of the presentation. The Lakers are. So I think if the NBA can find a way to do some really cool presentations and stuff, like I said, figure out a way to incorporate some live performances, figure out a way to incorporate some kind of charitable aspect. I mean, you know, like for every game that they score 100 points, for every team that score 100 points, they donate $10,000 to charity or something like that. I think that'll be cool. And then you try to bring it back for 10 more games, or get everybody to 70 games after you do your 3 weeks of training camp, and then you go ahead and you try to hop into the season. I think that all the playoffs was already established for the most part. I think we have fringe teams like the Pelicans, that were trying, and the Blazers that were trying to make it, but they weren't going to be any real threat to anybody anyways. They weren't going to be a formidable opponent to the Lakers or to the Clippers or to the Nuggets, or vice versa if they would have played in the Eastern Conference. So I think that go ahead, get everybody to 70 games, play your training camp, let the guys get their money, even if they got to get to 10 more games for the television contracts. Get to them 10 more games and then quit. I think that get to them 10 more games, quit the season, start the playoffs, do a 5-5, 7-7 format, and let's rock with it. I think all these guys are talking all this trash on the internet, saying how much they believe that this matters so much more than any other time. All right, big fella, show me. I want to see. Because them athletes that were in the first UFC events and that were a part of the first American live sports that happened post-coronavirus, those fighters, no matter how big or how small, will be remembered forever. So these players will be remembered forever, no matter how big or how small, for just participating in the game. So I do think that for them, it's worth it. And if they all going broke like CJ McCollum say they are, then hey, they need the money. I know if it was me, I'd be out there. Period. Period. Give me my check.
I think they're gonna try. I think it'll be interesting to see if it's successful. My thing is just not even the players' safety. I think that most of these guys seem to be younger. Even if they were able to contract the virus, I think that hopefully they would be okay. It's the older people, like
coaching staff,
the owners, the scouts, the assistant coaches, and like we've been saying, you don't want to be a face of incompetence, around this situation. But if you can, figure out a way, I don't know how they would do it. It would take them being very innovative. If you could figure out a way to do it and actually, you're never going to be able to 100% guarantee everybody's safety. But at
put
least
the coaches in a box.
Listen, but at least where you can at least 85% guarantee somebody's safety. I mean, hey, man, okay. But there's never going to, let me talk, bro. There's never going to be a way to guarantee everybody's safety 100%. But at least if you can get it to an 85, 80% chance of, everybody's going to be safe, then I say try it. Who knows if you'll be able to finish. But let's keep it G. Everybody's losing a lot of money. I mean, even if you was, getting paid $30 million on a contract, you was expecting to get paid $30 million this year.
And you live a $30 million life.
If I'm expected to get paid $30 million and I
want
receive
$30 million.
10, it's a motherfucking issue. Right. I was expecting to get $30 million. I got 10. That's a whole $20 million I ain't getting. I am livid. My lifestyle is changing. I wasn't expecting this.
Exactly.
So if you can do it and you can, at least guarantee that people can at least be somewhat safe, then I say, do it. Obviously ratings would be crazy. There's nothing else on TV right now. People will watch it. I think, it would be a great retractor from sports. I was talking to my godmother today. She was watching the fucking 2016 NBA Finals on ABC. I'm like, yo, what should you watching on? She's like, yeah, I was watching on ABC. I didn't even she was like, I don't think she's seen it, but she was like, yo, like I was watching on ABC. Like, I was looking at it like it was a new game. And I think that a lot of people would do that. People who maybe don't even watch sports would just tune it, like cut it on just because there's something new on TV that's not coronavirus news.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think go ahead.
I agree with you. I think there's a great chance they could start. And I think this is going to be Adam Silver's biggest test. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think David Stern's biggest test, obviously at the beginning when he first started, trying to make getting drugs out the game and make sure the NBA doesn't, not exist. And then, and then how to react to the Malice of the Palace, whatever. This is biggest thing because you don't want to come off insensitive. Like, I think if you compare it to all the other leagues, like MLB had a steroids problem. We all know NFL is probably the most corrupt sports league out of all of them. NBA pretty much for the most part gets good PR. You don't want to fuck that up because you're thirsty. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's going to come off like a bad look if you out here getting 100,000 tests or whatever they need when you got people out here dying in these hospitals. Everything. That's the number one thing. But let's just say they do start. My issue is, what if a couple people get sick? Then what are you going to do? You going to stop again? Like, and then, like Adam Silver's like, oh, well, we could probably put them in a room for like 14 days. They're going to be isolated. Yeah, but they've been playing, the sweat, the stuff. To think that the only person contaminated with it, it's kind of. I
think the thing you would have to do is you would have to give them tests, and then you probably test them for antibodies. So test them to see like who all has had it, and then if you can find a thing that say your antibodies mean it'd be hard for you to get it again, then like okay, whatever. I mean, keep it G with you. Some of these guys might have already had it already.
Yeah,
been out there playing with it. Rudy said that he felt good enough to play that game.
Right.
But I'm with you though, and also I think it also is as far as competition wise, like you brought up. Let's say we game 7 East Conference Finals. God forbid Giannis get coronavirus. Now he can't play for 14 days.
Right.
Even if you win it.
But what if they lying about how they feel too? Oh, I'm good.
I mean, no, but yeah, like yes, but I think like it would be a certain thing. Like you would probably have to take consistent tests. Like at some, you have to take like lying about the angle because you might not know. You may be asymptomatic and you really might not know. You probably have to take consistent tests. But my thing is just like it doesn't really provide a fair competitive advantage. Like if you get hurt in combat. Really get hurt in combat, in battle, on the court. That's one thing. Like you play the game, injury is part of the game. Getting fucking coronavirus is not part of the basketball game.
No, it's not.
If I go down for game 7 because of coronavirus, that's legit unfair.
It's unfair. It really is. You talk about asterisks. People already gonna look at this season as an asterisk to begin with.
That's literally unfair.
Oh, it's
literally unfair. Like, what if I'm the Lakers and like like I said, God forbid. Anthony Davis, LeBron, somebody get coronavirus before game 6, and it's a 3-3 series, but now he can't play the rest of the series. Like that, like it's legit unfair. Now, granted, like I said, it would be great to see it. I think that, but it would be great to see it. But if they could do it safely, or like at least guarantee, like I said, 80% safety, I don't know how you could do that, but at least if you could do that, okay, cool. But I mean, I don't have the answers for this one. I don't know.
I don't think anybody does. I think the thing that's going to be interesting to me is what the MLB is going to be doing on Tuesday. MLB has a pretty solid plan on how they want to actually start the season. And they're going to submit it to the Players Union on Tuesday. I'm interested to see whenever the NBA does come up with their plan, how the Players Union is going to react to that. Because compared to NFL and MLB, I think the NBA has the best players union as far as being able to take control of what they want to do. And Chris Paul and all them, do these people really want to be away from their families for that amount of time? Because even if you do the first round best of 5, or the first 2 rounds best of 5, it's still going to take at least 2.5 months to do. So you're expecting to go almost 3 months with no problem.
Depends on how much you need the money. Depends on how much you need the money.
No, that's what I'm saying. They need the money, but I'm not talking about. I'm just saying, like, how realistic are you going to keep starting and stopping? And then Adam Silver said they don't want to compete with the NFL if the NFL does play this year. So that means you're on a strict little window there if you don't want to compete with the NFL. So
they're gonna compete with the NFL though. He's blasphemous. They already compete with the NFL. What is he talking about?
No, he said because they're never. Football is America's pastime. They get body in the ratings every time the NFL and the NBA play on the same day.
Then don't play on Sunday.
No, but okay, but yeah, well, you got your playoffs going on.
Be like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but you all know the NFL is not just a one-day thing. People obsess about the NFL all week. They think about lineups, all the other stuff. It's literally a whole thing.
Not everybody cares about that.
Majority of people in America care about football.
The majority, on Sunday. They don't care about it during the rest of the week. If football's still being played on Sunday, we don't play on Sunday. We play every day, but actually, if I'm Adam Silver, even better. We play Monday through Friday, and then we allow Saturday and Sunday for college football. For football, baseball, and for our players to be able to spend time with their family. But not even that. If they can keep their family in a resort, you can't have your family. You can't keep your people with you. Have them with you.
That's even more test you got to take.
No, you can't. No,
you can't do that.
No.
So what?
No,
it's just unrealistic to me.
You
That's
can't
all.
keep your
It's not
family
unrealistic. It's not unrealistic.
I don't think keeping your family with you is like an issue. Well, no. I think keeping your family with you is an issue because there's more people that could like damage, like higher your chance of getting corona.
Yeah.
Your immediate family?
Yeah.
Yes, it might be like because some people immediate family are bigger. Like your immediate family might be 3 people. You might have a wife and one kid.
But pick and choose, G.
Come on, G.
Listen.
Come on, G.
Listen, by immediate, no, wait a minute. Listen. Listen, by immediate family, I mean pick and choose, meaning as in your wife or your children. And if you're a player without wife or children, pick 4 other people. And then y'all got to stay in this resort.
A lot of people, bro.
Figure that shit out.
And I don't think the Players Association is going to agree with that.
Also, like, they make FaceTime, bro. FaceTime them motherfuckers, G. They make FaceTime, G.
FaceTime and being there.
FaceTime, Zoom, G. Like,
FaceTime and being there is too.
I'm not finna watch Braun with a Santa Claus beard zooming Bronny. That Braun don't want to do that. If the family can't come with me, it's not happening. So bring the families. There's nothing wrong with that. Bring the families.
Yes, it is. Bro.
Yes, bring the families.
You can't bring the families, bro.
Yes, you can.
Can't, G. There's too many people.
You can, bro.
You already got enough people. So if you're taking all these players plus their families, that's way too many people, bro.
Yeah, that's like fucking 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people.
So what? Figure it out. You want money?
They can barely.
This is the only way to make money. It's $1 billion industry. It's $1 billion industry, G. You mean to tell me they ain't got enough money to house 3,000 people? Fuck out of here.
We taking the players.
Fuck out of here.
Why do your families need to be there? Real question. Why?
Why you gotta be separated from your family for 2 months to play basketball?
Separated from your family half of the damn time in the damn season.
No.
Not for 2 goddamn months.
Time out. Yeah, difference.
Everybody not gonna be separated for 2 months.
Fuck out of here.
Time out. It's a difference between being on a road trip for like a week to not seeing your family at all
for 2 whole months. What's wrong with you?
Like you said, everybody. Okay, but what about the team? What about the teams who are going to the finals? They still.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
And wait a minute. And with the 5-game series, the 5-game series literally probably gonna last a week and a half, and then half the people gonna be gone. The next series, a week and a half, then half the people gonna be gone.
Soon.
No.
I'm sure.
No. Realistically, if they wanted to, they could get the NBA playoffs done in 8 weeks. They could have the first half of the people gone within the first 2 weeks, and then the rest of the people, you keep them isolated, and you make sure that they all good, and you get them tested.
I just don't think that's realistic right now.
I think it is. I think if you the NBA and you ESPN and you all of these major media conglomerates that want this money, that want this advertisement, cause sitting at home, nobody get no goddamn about watching no Life Alert commercials. Cause you wanna know why? Because ain't nothing in front of the Life Alert commercials. Who watching TNT right now? We usually watching playoff basketball. This is usually when TNT is making their bread and butter. You think ESPN ain't fucking hemorrhaging money right now? Disney ain't hemorrhaging money? The players not hemorrhaging money? Figure that shit out.
I'm not disagreeing with none of that. I'm just saying.
You own Disney World. Cut half that shit off and give it to the players.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with that. I just don't see the players agreeing to a situation when they can't see their family. Well, no matter how we agree to it, I just don't
Let's get out there then.
I don't see that. I don't think that's gonna happen. And like you said, even if it takes 8 weeks, bro, like you're expecting 8 weeks with no problem. That's just unrealistic. I just don't see you going 8 weeks.
It's not unrealistic, but I mean, literally the MMA, UFC, they had a fighter test positive for coronavirus.
But MMA don't play every day.
The event still happened.
Yeah, but they don't play every day. The NBA gonna be playing every day now with the playoffs,
Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends everybody get tested.
They're not gonna play a week, then you get tested on the weekends, bro. That's test them every day, obviously, but then on the weekends, obviously we do additional tests and different screenings. We take everybody's fucking temperature. We make sure we give everybody more fucking water, no alcohol, goddammit. Yeah, I just don't see that happening. Like, it's gonna be something. It's definitely something that's. I'm interested to see how it's gonna pan out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't want sports with no fans. To me, that's trash. But no. I'm not gonna sit up here.
I think football is not as big of a deal as it is in basketball.
It's still trash. It's still trash in just my opinion. I think
football is as big of a deal.
In my opinion, Scott William Lewis.
I respect
my
that.
opinion. I don't think
that nigga broke out his full name. My bad. I don't.
It's boring. That sucks to me. But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm not.
I'm calling you William for the rest of the month, by the way.
Huh?
I'm calling you William for the rest of the month, by the way.
I don't care. I like my
new name. Actually, I'm gonna start calling this man Billy.
William.
Nah, I don't like Billy, but I like William.
My man Scott with the Billy. My man Scott with the Billy. Little Bill Will. Little Willie, Big Willie style. Call that man Willard. No, I'm joking. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's just my opinion on it. But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm.
Y'all know my middle name?
No, what's your middle name?
Yeah, I think I do.
What is it? Type it in the private chat.
I know L was the initial. I don't know what the name
nobody knows my middle name, but
I think I know it. I might be wrong, but
Leonard.
Yeah, I knew it.
That man said Leonard. Leonard? No, I'm not Kawhi. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I wouldn't watch. I'm gonna watch. I think that's gonna be the future of sports for the time being, where it's gonna be empty arenas. And I agree. Out of all the three sports, I think basketball is the sport where the crowd means the most. MLB, you don't even know the crowd is there to the playoffs.
MLB don't matter. I don't think. I think football. I like football 7-on-7. It's still fucking football. Like, it's quiet, but it's still good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think after a month or two, we'll get used to it. And it'll be to the point whenever crowds do come back, you'll be like, oh, damn, I missed this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just kind of like life in general. You got to get used to certain stuff. Like, I got to get used to – I put my mask on even when I wash my clothes. I don't want no kid come out the corner coughing. I'm just not taking – my chances with that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm crying.
Watch y'all kids.
I'm crying. Man. So, I don't want a kid coming out the corner coughing.
Now, this rap, I went to go get my mail like on Wednesday, and these little kids was like running around. They had no mask. I'm like, no, every time I come down here, I'm wearing the mask. I ain't playing around these Like, so yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion on it. But if it comes back, cool. I'll be watching.
But all the people on the sidelines in the UFC did have on masks, though.
Okay, I didn't see it.
The commentators did. The commentators didn't. I think most of the people on the sidelines didn't. A couple of the coaches didn't.
I mean, it'll give us content. We all host podcasts, so it'll give me something to talk about, and I don't have to come up with like crazy topics every week. So
and if I'm them, then just do a coach's box. Well, during every halftime, the players come over to the box. The coach. I mean, they all sit. All of the coaches are behind the box. They come up to the box. The coach. It's some glass there with holes in it. He can scream at them through the glass. He have on a little mask, put a little filter in between it, and have them talk to him that way. I mean, they're gonna have to make adjustments, but I think that if they want the money, they're gonna have to figure it out. But also, like y'all said, and like Ricky G said, the older coaches and players, that's the stuff that you really don't think about. But also, what if during timeouts they just put headsets on them?
I mean, it works with the NFL.
Like literally during the timeouts, you got the coaches up in the box. LeBron, all the guys come to the sidelines. They hit a head. I mean, they hit it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like they hit it. You know, they hit a thing, and then like if you part of the NBA Prime package, you get like access to like occasionally hear random coach chatter.
Here's the thing with that. Like, what if somebody had corona and you didn't know, and then headphones get mixed up, and then you put
Put everybody. You can't put everybody. You can't fucking label the headphones. You can't put them on the fuck.
No, but look, somebody still got to put them headphones up.
G, put the man in a mask. Get a man some Lysol wipes. Put everybody in headphones on the goddamn little stand. They walk over to a little booth like a phone booth. They put them on. Afterwards, somebody come with the shit, spray them down, and then they go back to playing. G, come on, it's not that complicated. G,
I mean that's fair.
it's not that complicated. G,
it's a lot of work though.
It's not. It's not. So what? That's better than redoing a football stadium, which is my original idea.
I feel like whenever sports
and I still feel like they can still have media, but you just have the media in the press boxes.
Well,
and no, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey,
No,
hey, look,
no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Whoa. I disagree. The homie the Schmo was at the UFC event last night. I think he had to get a coronavirus test, and he was able to go to the games, and he was up high in the media box. But you can put people in the media box more than 6 feet away from each other. Also, because there won't be fans there, you can also have press in those other sky boxes that are usually reserved for the other fans. And then you can have press there. You still gonna need somebody to cover the games. You still gonna want to know what it was like to be there. Even with the UFC last night, they had the players on the podium. They was like way away from the media.
1,000% go if we can
I'm
go.
going. I'm going.
But like, I don't think that's going to be a logical concept.
It's not. It's not. How is it illogical? We just saw the UFC do it. The UFC did it last night. It felt like
I think
there felt like nothing was different other than I didn't see a bunch of people everywhere. Go ahead, Scott.
I just think the NBA is there's more media to cover playoff games than UFC fights. So I think you're going to have way more media outlets that's going to be trying to get press passes. TNT got to get their guys there. ESPN got to get their guys there. Of course, locals going to want to get their guys there. It's a lot of people, man.
ABC, the news going to want to be there.
Yeah.
CNN going to fuck around, want to be there.
And especially, it's a big event, too. Exactly. You bring up CNN. If the NBA starts, they're going to be the first sports league open. There's gonna be CNN there, Fox News.
Pick some people. Pick some people, G. You can't make me believe that if it's billions of dollars on the line, that they can't figure out a way to get 3,000 to 5,000 people in one area and try to keep as many of them as they can healthy and sanitize everything.
It's a lot, bro.
It's a lot of people you just named.
Did you just hear how much money I said was at stake? Billions.
I know what you just said.
Big B's, like Birdman said.
I feel you.
More than 45 paper plates.
I feel you.
More than 45 paper plates.
I feel you.
I get where you're coming from. I'm just saying, agreeing with you.
And I agree with you. I'm just saying again, you don't want to be the symbol of incompetence for coronavirus forever.
How are you the symbol of incompetence when, like I just said, we just saw the UFC?
Because listen, if somebody, let's say an older coach, catches this, let's say a coach who is famous catches this, shit don't go right, you will forever. When kids learn about this 30 years from now, when your kids is in school and they learn about American history, they gonna learn about that shit. You don't want to be that guy. Let somebody else be that guy.
Put them in the skybox like I literally just gave you solutions.
No, I hear you.
I just gave you a solution.
I hear what you said, and like I feel you. And it
if ain't no fans gonna be there, you can do anything with the arena.
Listen, I hear what you said. It sounds right.
Make that shit look like Tron.
Listen, I hear what you said. It sounds right. It's some shit that's maybe possible. If it could happen, God bless and great. I'm just saying I have worries about it happening.
I don't have worries about it happening. Make that shit look like Tron. Put some goddamn fucking lightsaber suits on them or some holographic jerseys on them. Put the coaches in boxes or around the arena. And then we can make it happen like that. All right. But, Pavy, what is your favorite... oh, my bad. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Game winner?
Nope. Jordan game winner. Where's the topic? Sorry. Ooh,
my favorite Jordan game winner?
Yeah, still trying to find the topic. Where's the topic? Go ahead.
Oh, man. There's so many.
There we go. Favorite Jordan game winner. What's your favorite Jordan game winner?
Man, there's so many. I'm just thinking about playoff games. I mean, obviously the last one, bro.
Yeah.
The last one, bro, because it like summarizes Michael Jordan's whole career.
Especially because it's still before.
Yeah, like I don't think many people realize. I mean, me and Glass was talking about that. We were talking about like defense. Like they cut that shit out every time.
Yeah.
They never play the whole play, but it starts with defense. It starts with Malone basically not paying attention. Jordan comes around, gets a steal on the guard, which he's done mad times. That's what shit Jordan always does. Comes around, get the steal on the guard. But no, but not the guard. Tripping. Casamigos. The forward on Malone.
Casamigos, represent.
Dribbles up the court and hits this. I'll probably say the last one. And also, like, I just remember that's one of like the 3 earliest moments in life I remember. Like, I didn't see the play happen live.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember my grandma like stumping the ground, like, yo, he stole it. And then be like, hot dog, he hit it. Then I ran upstairs.
That man said, hot dog. What up, Scott? Like, Scott's back. Scott, what's your favorite Michael Jordan game winner? That's what we're talking about. Wait a minute. That's what we're currently talking about. Pavy's in the middle. After him, you can go ahead.
Because like I remember I was watching live.
Man's was on bathroom break. I'll just let them know what's going on. Man, hold on, G. Relax.
I was playing live 98 and I was playing like Bulls Jazz. I think I ran upstairs like grandma, like on my game they won. And she was stressed as fuck. Like, yo, I hope they win in real life. 10 seconds later, the whole shit happened. And I ran upstairs like, yo, what happened? And I saw the replay of the whole thing, but I didn't see it like immediately live when it happened.
Why did you play a video game?
Yeah. I was playing live 98. But like I played video games when I was a kid, and I ran upstairs and like saw like the shit. Yeah, I always did that. I always played video games, like doing it. I always played video games. I ran upstairs and like saw what happened. Like, oh my god, like Jordan hit that shit. But like I would probably say the last shot, because again, I think it encapsulates Michael Jordan's whole career. It's like you don't get the offense without the defense. Like I think people forget, yeah, Jordan's one of the best offensive player, if not the best offensive player ever. But also like his defense was pretty damn good. You don't get too many guards who win in Defensive Player of the Year. Like outside of Gary Payton and Sidney Moncrief, I don't know who's a better guard defender than Michael Jordan, just off the top of my head within the last 40 years. So I'll probably say the last shot.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the last shot. I mean, I got a great memory with that. I was living in West Inglewood when it happened, and I just remember watching the game up until like last couple years. I never saw John Stockton's last 3 because I was covering my eyes. So I found when I was just, all I heard was the clank when John Stockton missed, and all I heard was pop, 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 pop outside my window, and my mom telling me to move away from the door. But my favorite Jordan game winner is game 1 of the 97 finals, which I think the 97 finals is a classic and people don't really talk about like that. I feel like every game in that series was great. But then first of all, the mailman on Sundays that led at the interview right after, just the way that Michael Jordan had the shot went down to the buzzer. And also that was the first like game winner from Jordan that I remember seeing. And to just remember just how crazy.
What game?
Game 97 finals. Yeah, just remember how crazy my living room was going when we were watching that game. We used to all just watch the games with the family. So that's probably my favorite Jordan game winner, just because that's the first one I remember.
Yeah, for me personally, I'm gonna say actually the ELO one. I don't remember it obviously because I wasn't. I was a young ass kid when it happened, but.
You weren't fucking
you
born.
Were you even born?
I was out of here, bro.
I wasn't even born.
Hold on. Actually, never mind. That was in what year? 88? Never mind, I wasn't born.
I was a young
89. Okay, well, fine.
Shut up.
I was in the womb. My bad.
No, you weren't. You weren't thought of.
I was in the womb.
That was in 88, wasn't it?
It was in 89,
wasn't it? That was 89. I was 7 months.
I was in the womb.
I was 7 months old, and I got like...
Look.
I got like a year and a half.
You weren't in the womb yet.
Depending on your belief system... I was in the womb.
That was in May. That was in May. You weren't in the room yet. You ain't get to the womb to today.
Can you let me tell my goddamn story? Goddamn.
1990?
Yeah.
Okay.
In June.
Okay, fine. I wasn't in the womb. Fine. It was in 89, the year before I was born. But coming up as a kid, that was the only image that I really saw of Michael Jordan up until pretty much, like he started winning championships. And obviously, like I was really young when all that stuff happened. But the magic shot and all of that, like the switching hands, that wasn't as highlighted as that ELO moment was kind of during the 90s. That ELO moment during the 90s was like really like highlighted a lot to me, at least.
That poster, you have it.
It's still highlighted now.
That poster, you got it.
No, I know that, but I'm saying but this is what I'm saying. So I'm just saying that more than the last shot is because before the last shot, I knew Michael Jordan hit game winners because of that ELO shot. Even as a little kid, I knew Michael Jordan hit game winners because of that Craig Elo shot. And that's why I think that's his. That's my favorite Michael Jordan game winner because I remember the fist pump after the shot, even when I was little. So for him to even hit the shot, for me to even want to be like Mike, I had to have already seen the Elo before that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, like I said, for me, it's just 98, bro. Like it's when obviously I didn't know what was going on with basketball, but I knew I fucked with basketball by 98. Like I knew for a fact I fucked with basketball by 98. Like I said, like my dad put me on football, but my grandma always was the one to put me on basketball because I said my grandma was actually a basketball coach in the I think 60s or 70s, whatever the fuck. So like she put me on, she was always had basketball playing. So I'm sorry I can't stop the ray. Like I'm by the window. I'm trying to like figure it out.
It's fine, go ahead.
But yeah, no, so like that was when I realized like, yo, I rock with basketball and like, yeah, like that shot for me is a shot. It was the last one. It was when I fully realized like 1000% realized who Michael Jordan was. And just like, I remember like that moment in my household when he hit that. So that's probably my favorite Michael Jordan game winner. And the fact that he pushed the shit out of him or rocked him, whatever you want to call it. And they didn't call it that's my favorite.
You're not
one
calling
personally.
that in that position.
You're not calling it.
In any situation. But I think with me, like my whole, I guess, sports history was I think it started even before I actually knew anything about sport. I was a very, very young kid because my granddad, before he died, like when I was like 2-3 years old, we used to go over to his house after church. And my mom always said he was sitting on his lap. We eat like cheese and crackers and watch the Bears, watch the White Sox, watch the Bulls. And of course, I'm only like 2-3 years old. I don't really know what the hell I'm watching, obviously. But that was like the seeds that get into it. But the first time I actually remember watching the NBA, like
that's very beautiful.
was vividly was Game 6 of the '96 Finals when the Bulls won. I remember asking my mom why was Michael Jordan crying, and she's like, "Oh yeah, he's thinking about his dad." She didn't tell me he died because I was only 7. I was 6, going on 7 at the time. What was I? No, I was 7. I'm tweaking. I'm 7 years old. So she wouldn't tell
me kind of memories.
Yeah, like I'd be forgetting, but yeah. So it was like she didn't tell me he died, but she's like he was thinking about his dad, and so like I was hooked from that game. That when the '97 season come, we didn't have cable, but every time the Bulls would come on WGN, I'm tuned in, and so I didn't really watch cartoons as a kid. Like I watched like Nickelodeon and Bulls games. That's it. It's the only thing I watched as a kid. So that kind of what got me into it, and then. 97, the finals, I remember that first shot. And that's when I kind of realized, oh, Michael Jordan is like great. And so, but even when the dynasty ended, when I really learned about the team, when the dynasty ended, I researched the hell out of the team. I was watching those games. My mom and my dad had all the games on VHS. So when I was in junior high and high school, I was able to go back and watch all these games. So that's pretty much what my little. The Bears are obviously my favorite team, but the Bulls are very, very, very close second.
Yeah, I was different. Like I never got into sports because of like sports. I got into sports because of video games. So
that's
it's
fair.
like
That's fair.
So it's like, yeah. So it's like I remember my grandma and them bought me like NBA Live '98, and it was like basketball was the shit because my grandma bought me Live '98. So I remember like obviously I was in Chicago, so I always played with the Bulls. So I played with player '98, player '89, which was Jordan. So like that's how I like. It was like I knew it was Jordan, but he wasn't on the game. And then, like, obviously, like, I knew what was going on because my grandma watched every game. So, like, I knew what was going on in the household. But, like, the way I got into video game, even the way I got into football was, like, I bought NFL Game Day 98. I played with the Bears.
That's low-key how you learn all the players' names.
Yeah, you learn the players' names. Like, I played mad fucking video games. And my dad, like, always watched football because his ass from Florida. So, like, my dad never really watched basketball like that unless I wanted to watch it. He always watched football, though. So, like, when I was at my dad's house, that's why I fucked with football growing up because, like, I was at dad's house every single weekend. But, like, when I got older, when I got older and Michael Vick was GL, it was, like, football, like, progressively decreased in my life of importance. And basketball continued to rise because basketball was always – I had a basketball room in my backyard. So I went outside, played basketball every day. So, like, yeah, like, the last shot, bro, that Jordan made as, like, a Bull just – I feel like it, like, encapsulated his whole career. So I feel like the last shot was definitely. But I have a question for you. Outside of Michael Jordan, what's you guys' favorite playoff game winner in general?
That's easy. That's easy.
How?
I got that's Kobe. Kobe in 06 over Phoenix, man. First of all, I wasn't even supposed to be watching TV. I was on lockdown.
That's easy for you. That's not my favorite game winner.
Well, you asked me. I said
Kyrie, but only because he broke my heart.
You should know because Kobe's my I don't even say Kobe.
Kyrie.
Kobe's not even. I can't even say Kobe's number 2 on my list. Mike is 1A, Kobe's 1B. Like Kobe, that's and then probably second would probably be Robert Horry. Dog, because Robert Horry saved my life, dog. I bet my PlayStation 2 with my homie Kevin. He had the Kings winning that series.
Yo, you really had a gambling problem.
I did. I had a gambling problem.
Really out here like Jordan.
In junior high and high school, I had a gambling problem.
He learned from the best.
I had my PS2 because we were in class. I never forget it. We was at.
I'm crying. That man said you really had a gambling problem. Go ahead.
He loved C Webb and Bibby. I ain't gonna beat the Lakers. I was the only person in my school rooting for Lakers. So now the Lakers gonna win, bro. I was literally sitting there like, yo, I'm gonna have to get my PlayStation up. Maybe I could tell my mom, and then I don't have to give it up. I'm thinking about different scenarios in my head. Robert Horry hit that 3, boy. I ran through the house. I was like, oh, thank you. So that's like a close number 2 to me. But Kobe over Phoenix because I actually thought they were gonna win that series. Then Kobe quit in Game 7, but whatever. That's a discussion for another day.
Top of my mind, I want to say Kyrie shot, but that wasn't the game winner. Like it was plays after. Nah, bro. It was plays. It was mad.
Buzzer beater, 2 different things. That was the game winner.
Then probably Kyrie's shot, bro. Is like this
Kyrie
podcast,
maybe top 3 shot.
It's like this podcast don't happen without Kyrie's game winner. Like I remember, like for me, like I remember, bro, like watching that whole playoff series at Thomas crib. Outside of that, watching the whole season at my house. First year we had first 2 years we moved here. Like the first year LeBron went back to Cleveland. First year I had NBA League Pass, so I was like, yo, Bron, my favorite player. So watch every Bron game. I discovered how much I like watching Kyrie, and like to see that after all of that, after them going down 3-1, was like, bro, what the fuck just happened? So Kyrie's shot in 2016 is probably Kyrie's shot, and then after that, I might have to say as far as game winners, even though I didn't see it like live, I think Jordan in game 1 in 97. For one, knowing my dad went to that game. 2, knowing like just him turning around and doing this, like not even like really phased, just like
he was just like, I do this.
I do this shit, bro. Like, yeah, I did it again. Like I do that shit. And then Dame shot. The thing I remember about Dame shot is your reaction. You fucked it up for me. Because I remember like I'm watching the game. And
by the way, I never know why you don't ever just come up here in the beginning when I'm talking.
I didn't think that shit was gonna fucking happen, bro.
Yeah, but come on, Dame's done that before, G.
But I didn't think that was gonna happen, G.
Still,
like we gotta realize where he pulled up from, G.
Oh yeah, it was ignorant.
It was ignorant, G. Like I didn't think that was because like your shit really only like 5 seconds in front of mine.
That's
so when like
time.
Yes, but like still he dribbling up court, and like you can see he not dribbling to go to the rim. He has he's not rushing it. So I'm like, the fuck are you doing? All I remember is like, yo, ass is game.
Bro, I was going crazy. That shit.
And I'm
wild.
like, yo, and then I see it happen. And I'm like, yo, this man did not just fucking do this. And that's
probably
my
underrated favorite game winner of mine that nobody people talk about, but Mike's first game winner when he came back against Atlanta.
Underrated game. When he did the in and out crossover, then pulled up. Yeah.
Hit the bucket, then he slammed.
What y'all talking about?
We talking about like underrated. I'm talking about underrated game winner when Mike hit the game winner on.
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Go ahead.
Mike hit the game winner on Atlanta when he came. It's like probably his 2nd or 3rd game back.
I think it's like his 4th or 5th game back.
Yeah, 4th or 5th game back. He came back. They're actually gonna talk about a documentary tonight. He came back and he hit the shot. Then hit the Atlanta Hawks court. And I remember Johnny Red Kerr saying, "He's officially back."
I miss Johnny Red Kerr. R.I.P. to the legend.
Johnny Red Kerr, man.
The original Bulls announced team was cold, and I love Stacey King. But that original,
I missed them. Norm Van Leer, Johnny Red Kerr.
Norm Van Leer will always be on a post game show.
I miss Norm Van Leer. R.I.P. Norm Van Leer.
R.I.P. Norm and Johnny Red, man.
For real. Scott, That sucks though. You spent all your time watching NFL, and now you ain't even really get to watch, a chance to like watch the NBA.
What you mean?
That's why you got to start watching before the All-Star game.
Dog, I be locked in, dog. Like I don't care about the NBA till after. Like I start watching like around January. Like after Christmas, I start like watching, but like after the Super Bowl, then I get locked in. It's just football is.
See,
I love football. To me is like the closest thing you can get to war without actual killing somebody. And you actually could kill somebody in football.
UFC is the closest thing you get to war to me.
See,
this shit was like.
See, like I only played football, watch football so much growing up because I was way better at football than I was basketball.
You can get the same story that Joe gives on 7 Night at the House every week. Somebody's high school.
No, I'm not. I was just way better at football than I was basketball.
I be having to play the coach theme music when Joe be talking about his high school.
Nah, dead ass. I was
like, play the king back when he do that shit.
Look, I was way better. I was just way too pussy to play football, and also like.
No, bro, the first time I tried to try
out. I was way too pussy to continue for football. For real.
Played. I got up to the park. I think it was Marquette Park. My dad pulled up. I saw a dude get laced in front of me. I got his head taken off. I looked at my dad, keep driving.
No, bro.
Keep driving.
No, dead ass. On everything I love. If I had no sense, I could have at least went D3 in football. I swear to God, I could at least went D3 in football. If I had no sense, safety.
Bro, how tall are you?
5'7".
Bro, you're not gonna be a 5'7" safety.
D3. That's why I said D3.
Okay, maybe.
That's why I said D3. I always played free safety. They put me at running back a couple plays. I had like 3 carries for 15 yards when I was at running back. That's low key a 5 per yards carry average when I was at running back. Like I was like at football, I was best because like football is like you don't notice what's going on around you as much. It's like you don't know what crowd is there. You don't notice what's going on. Basketball is like, oh shit, motherfuckers is looking at me. If I fuck up, everybody know I fuck up. Football is like you in a helmet. Like the crowd is so much far away, like you don't really know that like shit going on. I disagree
with that, bro. The crowd gets loud in NFL.
Nah, yes,
third and 15.
Like
you in like Lambeau Field.
Yes, but like I'm telling you, you don't hear it as much. I swear to God, you don't hear it as much, bro.
If you in the zone, you probably don't hear nothing.
Maybe in the zone, but like in football, it was like I could just be everybody else more than like in football. So if I fucked up, it didn't make as much of a difference as it did in basketball. So like at that point in time, I was way more comfortable playing football. In turn, I was way better at football. But like basketball, when you put me in like open runs, like tryouts, I was decent. But like when I actually play actual games, it'd be like, oh shit, like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now.
My thing with basketball is not. I love basketball. I feel like I be coming off like I hate basketball. I don't hate basketball. My only problem with basketball is I think as a Bears fan, I naturally like this defense in any sport, and like the lack of defense in the NBA really like makes me sick. Like even in the NFL, everybody gassed that Rams Chiefs game. I hate that game. I hate that game.
Terrible game. It was the best worst football. It was the best worst football game ever.
No, it was like 59-51. I was like,
terrible, bro.
So like I like defense and that, and then also I feel like out of all 3 sports, football is probably the most. I mean, basketball is probably the most predictable. Like outside of this year, you pretty much know who's gonna win.
Because you got to play 4 games. Like
the best team always comes out on top. Like you can't convince me that the Giants are a better team than the 07 Patriots. They just got them on that day. In baseball, it's baseball same thing. You can be a great team, but your pitching goes cold. Like, look, the Nationals.
I think basket, but yes,
but the Nationals lost probably top 3 best player in the game, and they won a World Series. That's what I love about basketball and football. I mean, baseball and football. You don't know who's gonna win.
Yes, but I think same thing with like.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yes, but I think same thing with basketball. I think a lot of it depends on matchups. So it's like if this team plays this team, we win. Because this team played this team, we won't win because we got to play this team 4 times.
I mean, yeah, matchups is with everything.
But like matchups in basketball is like the shit that's like it supremely makes it. Sometimes you have teams that are just so good where it's like that shit don't even fucking matter. But a lot of times I think just like matchups make basketball what it is.
Yeah, but I feel like the one thing that while we think about NBA upsets is they don't happen too much. That's why when they do happen, we talk about it so much. NFL upsets happen all the damn time. MLB upsets happen all the damn time. Like the Mariners won 114 games one year and lost in the first round. Like
True.
that stuff happens all the time. That stuff. Basketball is a way more exciting sport than baseball. It's not even. Close about how more exciting. I think baseball is an acquired taste. When people tell me that baseball sucks, I don't argue with them. Like if my dad didn't take me to games, I'll probably feel the same way. So that's just my thing with it. And I feel like the NBA should start on Christmas every year. That's their day. Like I don't really I care on opening night, and then I don't really care again until
because you're a football guy.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people are.
But one thing I do want to ask everybody is we had this conversation a little bit on Twitter.
Scott,
how bad do you think the 07 Cavs were?
Terrible.
Now,
look at the chat, G.
Now, I want to preface this.
Right. No, turn it.
Now,
yeah,
I want to preface this with the fact of
y'all moving it to my left, right?
Now, I want to preface this with the fact.
It's my right. My bad.
Yeah.
Now, I want to preface this with the fact that every team who makes the finals is inherently good.
Yeah.
Because you made the finals.
Good.
But, like, how bad were the two? Because I had somebody, shout out Jimmy, Spurs fan, who was like, yo, the 07 Cavs weren't that bad.
They were.
Cavs were terrible.
They weren't.
07, like people, the 07 Cavs are what people think the 01 Sixers were.
I agree.
Were a good team. Like they won the Eastern Conference Finals basically.
Them Cavs was decent too. Damn.
Like they made the finals, so yeah, they was a decent team. But it's like in recent memory,
they just ran into a juggernaut, man.
In recent memory, can you name a worse team than the 07 Cavs that made the finals?
In recent history, I can barely name a team that was worse.
In recent, like dead ass, like in the past 30 years since we've been alive. Can you name a worse team that made the finals than the 07 Cavs?
I honestly like this is when you talk about Jordan, LeBron arguments. People was like, well, you can't count 07. That's fine with me. We can trade that off, and we ain't got to count them 17 games that Mike played in a 95.
Yeah, them Nets teams.
We can't.
Nah, them Nets teams better, bro.
No, them Nets teams was good.
Them Nets teams was good, G.
Games.
No, they weren't. Them Nets teams
was better,
good, bro.
Them Nets teams was better, G. Them Nets teams was better, G.
I just enjoyed watching that Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, Kerry Kittle. That was a fun
Mutombo was on the team. 03, Mutombo was on that team in 03.
He was on the team in 03?
He was on that team. He just had a fucked up wrist for most of the season, but he was on that team. Mutombo was in 03. He was there.
Who was LeBron's second?
On what team?
The 03 Nets. When they played the Spurs, Mutombo was there. He was there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He was there. No, really? I know I'm right because I watched it. He was there. The thing was, he fucked up his wrist most of the season. So I think he came back in the finals. But they got Mutombo because of the year before they played the Lakers, and they was like, yo, we got to have somebody to guard Shaq. So they got
Mutombo. Because Mutombo did nothing with Shaq.
Yeah, but also Shaq didn't even get a chance to get there.
That too. So it's like they had Mutombo. Like that team, if you put them in the league right now, would be a much, much better team. Like, as far as a team, they were a better team. As far as, like, LeBron, they didn't have a fucking LeBron, so obviously they weren't better. But they had a much better team than what I think the Cavs had.
I still think the Pistons had no business losing that Eastern Conference Finals.
To who?
Right. To the Cavaliers. Pistons had what's the thing about the Pistons?
Wallace was gone.
No, he
was gone. Yes, he was. He was gone. He was gone.
Still, I'm like 2-0. They had no reason to lose that damn series, bro.
Yeah, but like Wallace gone and like LeBron driving to the rim every play.
No, I feel you, but they shouldn't have lost that shit. The thing about it,
the Pistons underachieved.
The Pistons underachieved, bro. Like the Celtics at least can blame 09 on KG's injury. The Pistons went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
A 13-point lead in Game 7. Fuck that. You should win.
I'm talking about 09 KG.
I understand that, but you lost a 13-point lead in Game 7. You should have 2 rings. Motherfucker.
I got you. And Kobe was thinking to join up.
He had 17 boards though. So
but he got key rebounds. Me and Mike always argue about that. Key rebounds.
You know what? That Nets team was kind of fire. They had shout out to Lucius Harris, Rodney Rogers.
You know what's the underrated conference finals? Yeah. The 02 conference finals between Boston and Jersey was lit.
Yeah, it was, bro. Yes.
That was the under.
Yes, G. Yes.
Like Paul.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that.
I'm gonna watch that again too. Like that was a good series, man. Like 0-2, both conference finals was good. Like Lakers Kings to this day is my favorite playoff series ever. Game 7 was on.
That was that series when Twan was shimmying and all that shit in Boston going crazy. I remember that Twan was going crazy in that series.
Pierce was going crazy.
Yeah. Kenny Anderson was going crazy in that series, low key.
Yeah, Anderson was on that team. Shout out Kenny Anderson.
Yeah,
Rodney Rogers had a good ass series that year. Shout out to Tony Petit.
Hello, wait. What name? All you don't know who Kenny Anderson is, man. Go research Kenny Anderson, man.
New York City legend, man. The Stephon Marbury.
Oh yeah, he had that tweet the other day that said people don't remember him no more. Go look that man up.
They don't. People don't remember Kenny Anderson. People don't remember Rod Strickland, who is Kyrie Irving's godfather. Kyrie Irving's godfather. People don't remember a lot of.
Actually, random talk, right? Somebody put on Twitter, they said, what do you think would happen if KD and Kyrie... What?
By the way, I'm going to say this. I'm actually legit enjoying this. Like, let's go.
What? You enjoying what? Hoops and Brews?
Yes, right now.
That's because That's because you fucking drinking.
No, it's not even that.
Beanhead ass.
No.
This man be like, I do Hoops and Brews sober now. Get his little analytical head ass out of here. Doing all them analytics to be wrong.
It's not even that. It's all the homies. But continue.
But anyways... They want to know what y'all would think about Kyrie Irving and KD potentially coming back in the NBA playoffs.
Well, they said today that KD's not coming back.
I mean, they said that, but so what?
They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. They have zero chemistry. They haven't played together.
Yeah,
they're gonna lose. And I'm still not a fan of them as a combo in general. I don't think this is gonna pan out the way people think it's gonna pan out. Like I think KD and Steph work because Steph ain't an egomaniac, and Steph suppressed a lot of his talent for KD to eat. I don't think Kyrie gonna do the same thing.
I think that it's not gonna work this year because they don't have defense. I think they got too many offensive players. I think that next year or whenever the fuck it is, a year after, whenever the fuck, I don't know when it's gonna be.
Whenever basketball resumes,
then they have a full year to realize, oh shit, we actually need to guard somebody because we lost in the playoffs because we couldn't guard anybody. They'll actually go out and get some defense. I think they got all the offense they need. You pick who you need between LeVert and Dinwiddie, and then after that, you go get some defense. And I don't think right now they have enough defense. I think they're gonna be depending upon Kyrie and KD too much in defensive spots, especially off that Achilles and Kyrie in general, more than they should depend on these guys defensively. And I think they just need more defense. I think they got all the offense they need. I think it's going to be great. I think that I think both of these guys can play off ball. And I think that when you need an ISO bucket, you got two of the best ISO score. I mean, I don't give a fuck if KD had whatever injury. The man's still 7 feet. If you put him in the post and say, hey, turn around, fade on somebody, he got you. Yeah. So, like, I think offensively they'll be great, but I think defensively is where the issue will come in. And I think that whenever the fuck basketball comes back and they have a season and they find out, like, oh, shit, we actually got to guard somebody at some point in time, then they'll go out and get the necessary adjustments. You know how I think would be great for the Nets, but like it's never going to happen?
Oh,
Draymond Green.
That's definitely never
gonna happen. But I think that would be great for the Nets. It's never gonna happen.
Get your little shoe having ass out of here.
Never gonna happen. I think nah.
Little shoe, Bigfoot having ass out of here. He's not going there, G.
I think
they couldn't get along when the man was there.
I think Draymond would drive himself up a wall.
I think Draymond would wind up putting Kyrie in the headlock. Oh, he would put Kyrie in the crippler crossface.
Him and Kyrie fighting, G. Like
first week
they fight.
Kyrie gonna be like, "What? You don't believe in the third order?" Draymond's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
I think KD's in an interesting spot in his career because we talked about it on Ball Don't Lie like a couple weeks ago, and I think when you look at the numbers wise and just championships and stuff, LeBron obviously has the edge, but I think the LeBron KD debate is a lot closer than a lot of people want to admit. So I feel like in his second half of his career,
no,
it is definitely.
Here's why. You're talking about 4 MVPs to 1. Number 1. 4 MVPs to 1. It's a huge difference.
I disagree. I disagree.
What?
I disagree. If we look at, I'm talking about if you look at it First of all, LeBron won MVP.
You don't care about MVPs? Has KD ever made an all defensive team?
Look, I'm not. Look, let me get my
Answer my question.
Let me get my points up. What I mean by I think it's closer. LeBron has the edge, but I think it's closer as far as we look at championships, playoff appearances, the amount of finals MVPs.
What MVPs?
Okay, yeah. If Kevin Durant,
this man Pavy drunk as hell, boy. No wonder you have fun. You drunk as hell, boy.
Yeah, Kevin Durant
drunk as hell, boy.
Kevin Durant played by himself as much as LeBron did. Yeah, he probably would have more MVPs. I like to see LeBron win MVP with that gun Russell Westbrook play on this thing. But my overall point, because we ain't got to really get into that. My overall point is KD's second half of his career. I'm interested to see what he's gonna do because that's gonna go a lot with his legacy. Can he grab another one? Like LeBron grabbed one without D Wade. Can he do that? If we talk about all-time rankings, that's what really was going to stand out.
Now, look, I think that KD has a chance to catch him. I think it's possible.
Catch him.
I think it's possible. But to say that it's close at this moment, I disagree with that. The reason being is because I feel like, for one, 4 MVPs to 1. I don't give a fuck how much you want to discount that. We talking about 4 MVPs to 1. Now, granted, KD got 2 rings. That's all good and all dandy.
Okay, LeBron got 4 MVPs. Listen, Kobe's won. That's LeBron's not head and shoulders better than Kobe Bryant.
To me, he is.
No, he's not. He's not.
To me, he is. LeBron has 4 MVPs. Kobe has 1.
LeBron is not head and shoulders.
Look. I don't put Kobe in GOAT conversations because he does not have enough individual awards for me to accept him in those conversations.
I don't put LeBron in GOAT conversations.
I do, but he's not the GOAT.
It's Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Everybody else can shut up.
Listen, it's Michael Jordan, Kareem, LeBron.
That's it.
Magic. Wait. Magic. I think Bill Russell got to be in there somewhere. Now, granted, do I put them on the same level as I put Jordan and
I want to say this without being
don't.
disrespectful as possible to Bill Russell. Bill Russell is the greatest winner of all time. Bill Russell is a legend. All that being said, there was like 6 teams in the league.
13.
It wasn't 13, G.
It was 13 teams in the league. There's 13.
Okay, whatever. So how many teams made the playoffs? Let me all of them?
Maybe.
Exactly. So that's no disrespect to him. I'm just not putting him in there. If you want to talk about who's the greatest
But listen, though. We can do that for every era, though, bro.
I don't think you can. Because I feel like the NBA, once the NBA, when did the NBA observe? What's that other league?
NBA?
Yeah, when did they observe?
74.
Exactly. 74, so 75. It's like when the NFL, it's like when the NFC and the when NFL and the AFL came together. So everything after that NBA merger, to me, it was tougher to win. But my overall point is, even if you look at why I don't put LeBron in my GOAT conversation, because it's just Kareem and Mike. Really, it's only Mike. I only put Kareem in there out of respect to Kareem and what he accomplished. But I don't put LeBron there because even if you look at the LeBron era, niggas, people ate in LeBron's era.
This is true.
Multiple people
ate in Kareem era, though. People ate in Kareem era.
And that's why I don't think Kareem's the GOAT.
That's fair.
Nobody ate in Jordan's era when he was playing.
But again, outside of Jordan,
like that's a whole dynasty in LeBron's era.
No, yes, I agree. But also LeBron is part of one of those. Well, not a dynasty, but they did win back to back.
Okay,
but LeBron,
back to back.
Not really. Bird didn't even win back. Nah, no, that's not true.
Back to back. The Celtics won back to back. The Lakers won back to back. The Pistons won back to back. The Rockets won back to back.
That's it.
That's 5.
That's it. 5 and 6 years. That's not that many.
Didn't the Knicks go back to back?
No. It's 5 and 6 years.
Okay, all right. Well, they went back to back. They did 3P.
What the fuck you mean?
And 3P.
That's a lot. People don't go back to back. It don't happen that much.
This is my thing with Kobe and LeBron. I think LeBron is a better overall player. If I'm picking somebody, give me Kobe every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
I understand what you're saying on that. I understand what you're saying on that because you want somebody who don't give a fuck.
And if Kobe don't give a fuck. If LeBron is a 10, Kobe is a 9.99.
No.
Yes, he
Kobe
is.
is a 9.5.
No, he's not. Oh, wow. We gonna be petty off three little points.
You said 9.99. I don't agree with that.
Okay, you just being petty, be petty.
I'm not being petty.
Point is,
I think the man better.
I don't like players like LeBron because I like my players that have dogs. And even that, I think that conversation you had with Jack earlier, Well, I don't understand. When you cooking, you have 50 points. Arguably, if they'd have won, that'd have been LeBron's greatest playoff game.
He was open.
You giving the ball to George Hill.
He was open.
LeBron shooting that shot over 4 people is a better opportunity.
No, it's not. He was open.
George Hill at the line.
Was open, G. Everybody was staring at LeBron. George Hill cut to the rim. He was legit open. In Bron's mind, it's a layup, G. He was open.
No, dog. LeBron
can't shoot.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. LeBron can shoot better than George Hill.
I don't know. I do not think that's the case.
What Thomas say? Lie to me.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. Shoot. I don't think that's the case.
You tripping. My point
is, he can play basketball better shoot. I don't think that's the case.
Obviously, bro.
I don't think that's the case.
I just think LeBron is great. I have no problem. I understand when some people put in their GOAT conversation. If I was 22 years old, 24 years old, he'd be my GOAT.
I'm 28. He in mine.
Yeah, okay, but you know he's not the GOAT, though.
No, he's not the GOAT. He's Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I hate the conversation, but it's Michael Jordan, Kareem. Then
people only hate the conversation because their favorite player is not the GOAT. That's all.
No, listen. Here, no. I'm saying that's the reason why I hate the conversation as I get older.
That's what Joe Montana fans say about Tom Brady. I hate the conversation.
No. Listen. As far as the reason I hate the conversation because I feel like people are legit.
That's definitely what they say, though, bro.
Exactly.
That's definitely what they say.
There's a GOAT in every era. That's what everybody say when they
get your little GOAT having ass out of here, boy.
No. Listen, I think people are asked to do different things, and when asked to do different things, I think you have different stats. And also, I think that guards can control the ball more than what forwards and centers are also supposed to control the ball more.
LeBron can't move like a guard. Lie.
Yes, but it's like, is he supposed to be controlling the ball that much?
He's LeBron James. Yes.
Listen. Because when LeBron controls the ball that much, that means you take your shooting guard and your small forward and you move them to different positions on the court. So, yes, LeBron's talent, same time, it like makes other people have to play different positions, meaning the shooting guard and the shooting guard and the point guard, which is why I think him and Kyrie were the best point like combo you've seen, because Kyrie is really honestly a shooting guard in many aspects.
They complemented each other well.
Yeah, he can go from the point to the shooting guard seamlessly, whereas most of the LeBron, and honestly, it's gonna sound funny as fuck, Mo Williams, because I feel like Mo Williams can go from the shooting guard to the point guard spot effortlessly.
Mo Williams,
yes. D Wade, I feel like D Wade, but same time I feel like D Wade and Bron were kind of sort of the same player in many aspects. Like both of them, neither one of them were never great shooters. They both depended on kind of driving. They both kind of played the same position where neither one of them were a point guard, but they could play point guard. It's just like D Wade was never good enough to get that to win on his own like that. He had to have a great team around him to do that.
I disagree with that. We saw what he did in 06, bro.
Yeah, but it wasn't by himself. They had a great defensive team. He was the best offensive player.
I mean, they had a great defensive team. Literally no team does it.
I'm just saying they had a great defensive team.
I actually.
And you could make an argument that he was the best player on that team. People make that argument. Ooh. Thomas made the argument. I wouldn't say that.
In 06?
Shaq. People would say Shaq. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Thomas, come back. Who do you think was on that team?
05, maybe 06.
05.
He was one of them. He was still in his prime in 06.
Exactly. There you
go.
He
was still in his prime.
There you go. I disagree.
He was still in his prime.
I disagree, but there you go.
Shaq was still in his prime.
See, look, I disagree, but there you go.
Shaq was still in his prime in 06.
There you go.
We're not going to sit up here and disrespect Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm not disrespecting Shaq. I love Shaq.
He was still in his prime in 06.
This is my problem. I actually feel bad for LeBron. This is why I feel bad for LeBron. First of all, he has the most unbearable fan base on planet Earth.
I agree. I argue with one of them every week.
When I'm talking about LeBron on Twitter, it's not dissing. No, they don't. Warriors just have a lame ass fan base. Lame ass and unbearable. You have people who LeBron fans think they LeBron. Like you got people.
Warriors fans think they Steph.
No, you just don't like the Warriors. That's a whole different thing.
Get your little bitch you having ass real boy. Who think they goddamn Steph Curry?
You.
I don't think I'm Steph Curry.
You think you his cousin?
No, you think I think I'm Steph Curry?
Hold on, yes. let me finish.
Fuck out of here.
Let me finish my point before we get into
Go ahead.
Warriors thing. He has the most unbearable fan base on planet Earth. They put ungodly expectations on him. Okay, you're not Mike. That doesn't mean you're not great. Like LeBron fans think that's disrespect. Okay, I just don't think you Michael Jordan. Fine. You still in my top 4, top 5 players all the time. I don't think there's any disrespect to that. But they always say, well, LeBron, look what LeBron had to face. Look at this. Like, if you talk, you can't. When you talk about eras, I don't like talking about competition because even if Jordan and the Bulls played in this era, that team's going to be built differently. You don't think Mike's going to be surrounded by shooters if he's playing in this era? Huh?
He already was.
I mean, not like shooters you have today, bro. Like, he had Steve Kerr, bro. That's it.
Yeah, but second 3P, no, but the second 3P was a defensive team.
Okay, but my point is this.
I'm just saying.
My issue with LeBron fans, you can't have a reasonable conversation with them. And why I just chalk it up to them being stupid.
I'm a LeBron fan.
You're not a LeBron stan. LeBron fan and people who like write King James in their arms, stuff like that, who say who get mad on the internet about the most petty thing, that's the camp I'm talking about. You're a reasonable LeBron fan. You watch the game. You know the game. These people don't know the game. We got revisionist history about a team that was together just 6 years ago. It was like, I don't even waste my time.
That's fair.
Debating with them. It's pointless.
I mean, 6 years, some people were 12.
Whose fault is that? Okay, that's why I don't argue with people.
This man said, whose fault is that they were 12 years old?
Like, still, you should know.
Whose fault is that you were a toddler when...
That's all I'm saying. I just don't like arguing with them, and it's just like whatever. Like it's like the debate died to me in my head when he lost 6 finals. So I don't care how many rings you win, you lost as many as Mike won. So that for me is dead, and I'm just never entertaining it.
Nah, I mean if you go out there and you win 4 and then you made however the fuck many finals it would take you to win 4.
You still lost, bro.
Like that's wild. And you have 4 MVPs, 4 rings. However many first team All NBA,
and people act like the rings is the thing that separates LeBron and Mike. No, it's not. It's more than that.
It's more than that. Like it's not like Mike won a DYOP. I think Mike got 5 MVPs or is it 6? 5 or 6?
5 MVPs. He has 6 MVPs. Finals MVPs. He made 9 defensive teams. He has the highest playoff average.
This is also true.
He averaged 30 in every NBA Finals, but 1. He
got his ass strapped up, and Rodman should have won MVP.
Rodman shouldn't have won. I just watched that Finals. Rodman was very good, but Rodman was not MVP good.
Mike wasn't either.
Rodman was definitely Rodman was definitely out there giving you a smooth 7 points a game.
Mike wasn't either.
No, I mean Mike had his worst final, but he was still Michael Jordan, bro.
No, he wasn't Michael Jordan. He was getting his ass strapped up. No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Michael was getting cooked. Mike didn't have 40 the whole time. Tell me if Mike ain't have 40 in.
And look, that's how high the Mike bar is.
Exactly. He wasn't Michael Jordan.
That don't mean he shouldn't have won MVP though.
That means he shouldn't have won MVP.
I can see if Robin was out there giving me 15 and 18 or some shit like that.
One quick second. Hold on 1 second. Shout out to Nick 1990. I'm sorry. Shout out to Nick 995. He just donated to us. He said Shaq wasn't a scorer, was a dope H&B episode. Thank you, Nick. We appreciate the donation.
And I still stand by that. By the way,
he was a better scorer than what I thought he was, but
he was a scorer. Stop it. Disrespectful.
I'm not
disrespectful.
But he wasn't
disrespectful.
Did y'all ever get the Shaq pack from Burger King?
I did not get a Shaq pack from Burger King.
You remember the Shaq pack Burger King? It was a sourdough sandwich. Sourdough burger sandwich, like a king size French fry, bro. And it came, it was like 2000, 2001.
Yeah, I don't remember Shaq pack from Burger King.
That was hilarious. But yeah, that's just
Shaq pack from Burger King.
I don't know. I like having basketball conversations with people who actually like basketball.
Somebody commented Pavy is faded as fuck.
Yeah,
yes,
not really faded.
This is what Hoops and Brews was supposed to be. This is what we are. This is who we are. Let's get it. We over 2 hours.
I'm not really faded though.
Yes, you are. You don't lying ass out of here.
I know what Pav faded. Pav is
faded as hell, boy. You faded as hell.
You not faded. You at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, exactly. You almost faded. Hey, I had 3 beers. My girl bought me a 12-pack of Firestone. Shout out to her.
Yeah, you finna be smacked, boy.
I mean, Pavy smacked. Look at that man. He in there drinking Casamigos.
I'm not smacked. I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine. Can you drive right now?
You know, Pav drunk. He start his Florida accent.
I like that.
Man, I like that. Florida accent.
You get a Florida accent when you
Florida accent.
It starts. Somebody, the random comment. Paxson was open. It's funny as hell. I
don't know. Y'all don't know why that came. I don't know why Paxson was open.
And that's one thing I learned from my Bulls rewatches. Paxson was a really good player.
He was good.
He was a really good player.
Paxson shot above 50% in a lot of those finals, bro.
Yeah, man, Pax was good. And if you read the Jordan Rules book,
have you finished reading it yet?
I want chapter 6, bro. It's a lot of damn words in there, bro.
Yeah, that's why I never read it before.
I want chapter 6. It's 12 chapters. I'm halfway done.
That's why I read like one chapter and like I'm like read enough.
It's a real. I read it in high school. It was mandatory. Hey, Tom, remember roulette? Thomas.
What the fuck was that funny?
That man said I read one chapter and I was like, yeah, this is
Thomas, remember roulette?
Literally, I read one chapter, G. You know where I stopped at. When I said I got the page folded down, where I stopped at. I read a chapter.
You didn't even read a chapter, bro. You stopped after the foreword, bro.
I'm
like
fucking crying, bro.
The intro. You didn't even get to the chapter.
I'm fucking crying.
I read that shit like
the first time I read it.
I would have much rather you just said you didn't read that shit.
Yeah,
I got it for decoration.
He got it there for decoration. Just to say, oh my God, he reads. He got that Michelle Obama book that he probably never even opened.
Never opened it. I got Michelle Obama book. I got the basketball things. I got the Bible, and I got a baby book, and I got 2 other books for decoration.
All you gotta do is watch that documentary on Netflix, and you ain't even gotta read the book.
I'm never gonna watch the documentary on Netflix.
I feel you. I watched that out of boredom. It was very good.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm sure it's an amazing documentary. Shout out Michelle Obama. She is a great woman. She is something that we see. She is a woman, and I hope every African American woman aspires to be. And she is a woman who I hope, like, not I can be with one day, but like a woman who I hope I could be with a woman who is like her one day.
Yeah, you're definitely not dating the Michelle Obama type.
That being said, all of that being said, never reading the book, never watching that documentary. All that being said, but shout out Michelle Obama.
So, like, if you in the book, they talk about like Paxton was getting screwed more than Pippen was.
What contract?
Yeah, his contract was terrible.
What was it?
It was like, bro, like 300,000, bro. Like,
fight
it was
somebody,
ridiculous, man, bro. And like the way they had no faith in him. They signed like 6 point guards over him.
They did sign mad point guards.
Like the only reason he stayed there because he lasted them. A lot of them getting injured and stuff. So I gain respect for Pax on that standpoint, but just what he did the last 17 years, I can't maybe in time.
But it's like why? But it's like even you said they haven't been a contender, but they've been a winner. So Paxton built the winner, and then he did build granted, no matter what you want to say, like he got lucky drafting D Rose, he drafted him. It was a combination that time between Michael Beasley and D Rose. I was on the Michael Beasley train, he was on D Rose train. I thought they should have drafted Michael Beasley. It wasn't like it was a sure thing that they should draft D Rose. So at the same time, and also I feel like D Rose getting hurt sets your franchise back a decade. Sometimes franchises don't recover from that. Like you don't recover from an MVP who was 21 years old, which you've never seen before. MVP who 21 years old, getting hurt, tearing his ACL, basically never recovering. You thinking you're gonna build a team around him, but like even the guys you draft not gonna progress until he get to be 25 years old. But at 25, he's hurt. What do you want him to do?
We've debated this 100 times, like
a million times, a million, 1100.
Now I do think that he needs. Now
look, I'll be here all day if I named off John Paxton's greatest hits. Like
now look, I do think that.
That's like Hove.
I do think that. I think he needed to go. Reason I think.
I'm sorry, no disrespect to Hove.
Yeah, don't compare Hove to John Paxton.
Now,
Can
I
we name this episode John Paxton as Hove?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That's fine, whatever.
What album cover should I put him on?
No, hell no. Don't disrespect him. Definitely put him on the Magna Carta cover.
That's a Magna Carta. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Kingdom Come. Yeah, I don't even know what the Magna Carta cover look like now that I think about it. Put on the Kingdom Come cover or something.
Let me see. How interesting is the Kingdom Come cover?
Yeah, you got to put him a Kingdom Come cover, not the Magna Carta cover. The Magna Carta cover don't even have Jay-Z on it.
Yeah, it's got like some little Basquiat thing.
I'm crying.
Remember when Jay got his Basquiat bag? I was like, man, shut up, bro. Okay, you can
afford. But he's gonna put him on the Rock La Familia cover.
No, we not disrespecting Dynasty, bro.
Nah,
we not disrespecting.
Yes, G. That's
put him on the Volume 3 cover.
Nah, G. I gotta put him on the Rock La Familia cover, G.
Y'all are disrespecting.
I gotta put him on the Rock La Familia cover, G. That's gonna be hilarious, bro.
Yo, look, Patrick Ewing is a different dude.
Floor, bro.
Look, I'm sitting there watching.
Fucking yelling, dog.
This why Patrick Ewing not a winner, bro. I'm watching Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals in '97. And the Heat beat the Knicks.
Tears in my eyes, bro.
The Heat beat the Knicks, and look who's sitting courtside. Patrick Ewing.
Oh my God.
What are you doing, bro?
I'm gonna tell you, I knew who Patrick Ewing was always because my godmother husband looked like Patrick Ewing. That's why I always
Is he Jamaican?
Pat growing up. I don't know. It's a great question. I should ask. But like Pat, I always fuck with Pat growing up. Big Pat Ewing. Always fuck with Pat.
Call
For whatever
man
reason,
Pat,
I
Big
always
Pat
fuck with
Ewing.
Pat.
I do
I always
believe the
fuck
Knicks.
with Big Pat.
Believe the Knicks are never going to be brought back to prosperity till they do Pat right.
How they doing wrong?
They did Pat dirt bogus, bro. They never gave him.
How?
They never gave him a coaching opportunity. They
Did
traded
he
him.
need one?
It don't matter.
I'm on
It's
the floor.
Patrick Ewing, bro.
Man, so
Patrick
was that
Ewing
man good at his
Patrick
job?
Ewing's a good coach. at
And Scott
Georgetown.
say it don't matter.
Yeah, at Georgetown in college.
I'm just saying, bro. They did.
You talking
Pat
about the
dirty.
NBA?
Yeah, they did Pat dirty, bro. I know Knicks fans can go more in depth because they feel the same way that I
Did they do that man dirty?
I think he did. We need to have Serge or somebody on here to tell about why they think Pat got did dirty.
I don't think nobody did Pat dirty.
With him on there.
I think if you the owner, you looking like, I mean, shit. We saw what you did as a
First of all,
player.
the Knicks did anyway. They did Charles Oakley. I actually look. It's my hot take about Charles Oakley. I don't think they did Charles Oakley
He was
bad.
wildin'.
This is why. First of all, if I own a building, you talk to me crazy in my building, I'm doing the same shit to you.
You was
That's
wildin',
number
bro.
one. And you wasn't Oakley wasn't even that good to be wilding like that. Well, talking like he popped. Like, bro, you was a great rebounder and a great defender.
You talking like you Pac.
Like, stop it, dog. You know, and also if you watch Old Knicks game, you realize how much John Starks was wild.
John Starks was OC.
John
bro.
Starks was one of the. He was wild, bro. Like when he was on. But boy, when he was off,
He was all
way off.
boy, he was gunning in. But what else I want to talk about? I know we're getting close to last dance time, fellas. So
Yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's get ready to get out of here then. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, man. Shout out to all of the fans out there. We appreciate y'all for watching, man. This has been a great episode of Hoops and Brews. I feel like we all brewed. I think it'll be nice to watch the the Last Dance. I mean, obviously, Pavy going.
Pat, are you able to go ahead, man?
Let's talk to Pavy about hating the Last Dance. Go ahead, get your hate off.
Yeah, like 6 episodes in on TV, so it's like 4 weeks in. I've accepted it's not a Bulls doc. It's a Michael Jordan documentary. I've accepted the fact that it's not really for people like me who know most of the information. And like now I'm like, it's cool. Like it's not as good as I want it to be. Like I want it to be like a basketball historian's thing. Also the way that it was presented to me in general, I thought it was gonna be a Bulls documentary, not less about Michael Jordan, but more a Bulls documentary than what it was. But no, I mean I don't hate it. Like it's good television. I'm happy it's on. Like I don't hate it. I never hated it. I just thought it could be better.
I think
That was my whole thing. I thought it could be better.
But I think it could be better as a fine critique. I mean, but my favorite episodes of the series come on tonight, so I'm excited to see this in HD version. And
It heats up over time. Like over time it does heat up. It's just like things in certain episodes where I'm like, I want this opinion. I wonder what this was like. What about this?
I'm
This
excited
was
for
wrong.
9 and 10, man, because the way episode 8 leaves off, bro, I don't even hoop, but I was ready to hoop after what Reggie Miller said at the end of episode 8. So
I'm crying.
like I was ready to hoop. So like I'm excited to see that.
Yeah,
And my
it
only
never got
thing,
me that energized. But
I
feel
just hope that 9 and 10 are longer than an hour. It's probably not going to be.
They're
but
not gonna be longer than an hour.
I want it to be longer than an hour. But it's probably not going to be. But
No.
it never got me that energized, but I understand why I got you that energized.
bro, it was
The Chicago
dope.
sports fan you are. It
This
never
man
got me that
Pavy. This man
energized.
Pavy is just not rocking at all, huh?
Pav is
It's
like
cool.
Pav is like Pav don't get excited about anything that ain't
A
Drake.
Drake album, a Drake
Yeah.
or a P&D album.
It's cool.
How you feel about P&D is how I feel about Michael Jordan. I'll fight anybody over Michael Jordan. I'll throw mad tables over Michael Jordan.
Like no, like the
I'm
doc
crying.
is cool. I never said it was a bad doc. It's a cool doc. It's a good
Okay, here's a
doc.
quote. What's your favorite sports doc then?
Oh, that's it. Honestly, bro, it might be the Reggie Miller winning time doc.
I like that one.
Because I feel
Did you
like
like the Lakers Celtics doc?
I gotta rewatch it again. But the fact that I've only seen it once probably tells me I ain't like it like that.
I love the Lakers Celtics.
I would probably
Me too.
say winning time, and I'd probably say the Bad Boys. But winning time is number one because winning time was hilarious. Number one,
Yeah,
like
Reggie
number one, it was
hilarious.
filled with comedy, and then number two, it was just dope, and then also it was just filled with comedy. Like Reggie is hilarious, Mark was hilarious, Spike was on it, he was hilarious, and just like New York basketball as a whole is just like interesting for me to just like watch. That and then a basketball story count as a documentary?
Basketball story. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. It's like some mini series, but yeah.
Well, probably a basketball story is probably number one. The basketball story
Basketball
is
story is great.
And then probably winning
Gee,
time.
this man,
And then probably Bad Boys.
Hey Scott, this man, Pavy said that he ain't never seen Kobe Bryant do basketball, bro.
You serious?
I think I've seen it, but like not to my memory.
Bro, did basketball not even 5 minutes?
That's what I said, bro.
Then
you're like, I'm not watching
like
it,
I
bro.
said, I've probably seen it, but like I never like.
How you don't remember their basketball though?
It just probably didn't hit me like
Please
that.
tell me you seen Kobe doing work.
Yeah, I've seen Kobe.
Okay, I was about to.
It's just like it don't hit me like that. Like it's an animated series. Like not to say it like this.
It's like
It's
2 minutes.
5 minutes, G.
Not to say it like this. It's not my favorite thing. I don't care about watching animated series. I would rather watch Muse. I would rather watch Detail. I would rather watch Kobe doing work. I don't care about the animated series.
It's literally like a 2-minute piece, bro.
I don't care. I would rather watch Detail. I would rather watch Kobe doing work. I would rather watch
don't
Muse.
like nothing with feeling in it, bro.
Muse is fucking great. I love Muse.
Yeah, Muse.
Y'all
Muse
love
is
emotions.
amazing. Muse is great.
Was amazing.
Muse is great, and that's kind of honestly why I feel like everybody's like, "Oh, we need a last dance on Kobe's last shit."
No, we don't.
I don't want to see that shit.
No, we gotta leave that shit alone. Like, look. Unless all the proceeds going to Kobe and his family, leave that shit alone, bro.
No, but even that. What happened during Kobe's last year?
What the fuck happened besides the last game?
Besides everybody kissing his ass every game. Nothing happened. They didn't make the playoffs. They weren't good. Like, Muse to me is the best Kobe Bryant documentary you're going to see.
I agree.
Yeah.
Muse is incredible. I love Muse, and I would probably not watch Muse for 10 years because Kobe is not here with us anymore. I probably won't watch Muse for 10 years.
I understand it. It's I watched it like a couple days after he died. And it was pretty.
Never watching Muse. I'm watching Muse maybe like 10, 20 years. If I have children, kids want to watch it, I'm not watching Muse.
Everybody got stuff talking about
years.
we need a last dance, bro. I don't want to see. First of all, not many. I can't name any team. You could probably do a real like they even did only 5 parts for Lakers Celtics versus Lakers Celtics. The only reason you could do a 10-part documentary with the Bulls is because it's just not all on the 98 Bulls. It's through the whole span. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, Patriots are too boring. I don't want to see the Patriots. Like, you could do a 90s Cowboys documentary, but it's not going to be 10 parts. You give me a good 5.
It might be 10.
Nah, they only won 3 championships. It's not going to be 10.
Nah, if you, nah.
You can give me a solid 5 episodes.
I disagree with that.
Nah,
If
you give me a
delve
10-part
off
documentary on the Patriots. I would watch that.
Nah, the
You
Cowboys,
not watching that? Your NFL loving ass not watching that?
I'm not saying I won't watch it, but how much dirt you going to get from the Patriots?
A lot.
Cowboys.
G. What if Belichick was smacking motherfuckers in practice?
I think the Cowboys.
And we just thought he was just walking around in sweaters and shit.
I think the Cowboys, you could do it because there's just so many. There's so many people, and also the fact that like you can do one on Michael Irvin. It would be interesting. You could do one on Troy Aikman. You could do one on Emmitt Smith. When Deion came, you could do one on Deion.
One on with Jerry Jones.
You could do one on Jerry Jones.
Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson. The other coach, Barry
Switzer.
Yeah, Barry Switzer. You could do one on all these guys, and then you could tie it in and make it a whole 10-part thing. So you could do one on the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys.
I want the NBA to let go of that Malice in the Palace footage and finally give us the documentary that we deserve.
They're not going to do that.
It's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
But I want.
It's never going to happen.
At
least for like 20 years. At least for like 20 years.
I always say the closest thing you're getting to a Malice in the Palace documentary, if y'all watch LeBron's Showtime series, More Than an Athlete or something like that, and they basically dedicated an episode to that, that's the closest thing you get to that.
Pretty much.
Like I said, we may get one in like 20 years, but right now you're not all getting that.
Yeah, man, I've enjoyed Last Dance, so I'm looking forward to watching it tonight.
Yep. But anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get ready to get out of here. Scott, thank you for coming through. All of the fans, shout out to all of y'all out there, man. We appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Scott, go ahead, get your plug in, talk to the people. You guys do a barber's chair after the Last Dance show. Go ahead, talk to the people. Let them know where they can find that.
Y'all coming on next week? Because I wanted to get y'all on.
Yeah, let's do it.
To talk about.
And I made the cover, by the way. Pax La Familia. If you look in the video chat, you might be able to see it. Can you see it?
Pax La Familia. That's hilarious.
Can you see that, Pav?
Yeah, so we'll have y'all on next week.
I don't see it.
We can get Pav's final opinion on the finished doc. But we have after the Last Dance is gonna be going on tonight. We got my man Lero and my man Illy on. We had them on last week, but we had technical difficulties. We only had like 20 minutes that got recorded, and when Jack had a very detailed breakdown of Mike's gambling, which I think was awesome. So check that
Shout
out.
out Jack, man. Shout
Shout
out Jack.
Shout out to Reed Jack on Twitter.
Shout out to Jack, Reed Jack on Twitter. So yeah, we got that going on. We got this week and we got one more week of that. Follow S79th and Hallis. I mean, we had a scheduled release special this past week. Shout out to everybody who watched that live stream, and then just follow everything Barber's Chairnet at Barber's Chairnet on Twitter and Instagram. And Summer Sessions is back this week.
Let's get it. Shout out to y'all. Let's get it. Yeah. We're here. Anyways, man, it's your boy TPJ. Find me on Twitter, Instagram. I had a Firestone crafted through Hops Pack. Shout out to my lady for providing me with this. Yeah, man, we here. We drinking as always. If you are under the age of 21, you better not be drinking. Go ahead. Make sure you comment your favorite beer below. If you're over the age of 18 in Canada, you can drink. Yes, as always, please drink in moderation. If you are over the age of 21, and as always, man, this show co-star has rap extraordinaire Pavy. Go ahead and get your plug in. I'm drunk as hell. This is gonna be my first day actually watching The Last Dance with the rest of the world because I love. Yes, G. I'm mad. Westworld was trash. G.
I heard this season was terrible. Though.
This season was trash, G.
Have you been watching Billions?
I watched the first episode, but not really. I was asleep.
Fuck TV show.
Pavy ain't never sat through Successions. He don't know about that.
Successions.
Pavy ain't never sat through all the Game of Thrones.
Sam John's terrible. Fuck TV show. The only TV show I willingly watch is Sex and the City. I
told you ain't even watched Sex and the City though.
I've seen all of season 5. I've seen all of season 5 and I've seen 7 episodes of season 1. It's just I can't.
That's like me saying I watched all of Curb and I watched like 2 seasons.
It's just
I watched 2 seasons of Curb. G. I ain't watched all of Curb.
I tried to watch Sex and the City and that HBO real sex music threw me off and I couldn't watch it.
It's just like I can't.
That's because you start feeling horny.
It's just like I can't never find the time to watch that shit, bro. It's just like it's just really like I can't.
We ain't got nothing but time.
I'd rather play the game. I'd rather make music. I'd rather tweet. I can never find the time to just sit down and just watch TV, bro.
Oh my god,
I can never find time.
Bro, what you talking about? We ain't got nothing to do but watch TV.
I can only find the time to play 2K.
Bro, put 2K down for a little bit.
No, I'm in the fucking 2029 NBA Eastern Conference Finals, trying to go back to back. Fucking no. Anyway, as always, man, follow me on Twitter at PavyWord, Pavy Word, all one word, man. Go check out.
Have you watched Power?
You know,
I watched it for the first 2 seasons, but after that, no.
Okay.
Like once Holly died, I stopped watching it.
All right.
Holly, that was the last strain. Not Ghost getting out of jail in 2 episodes, but Holly dying.
Holly died. I just stopped caring about watching TV. I stopped caring. But anyway, at Pavy World, Pavers.com, PAVERBS.
This boy is
PAVBird.com. New music coming really, really soon. Make sure y'all go check all that out. And yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, episode number 200 coming within the next week. It'll be dope to finally make that happen. Shout out to all of y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. Also follow everybody. Everybody's ats are below. And until next time, we will get up with y'all. We appreciate it. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Stay safe. Stay your ass in the house. And make sure that you guys always subscribe, follow, like. We'll get it with y'all next time. It's been HoopsNBrews. Peace out.
Fresh like I just got a contract. Fresh like I just got a max. Roll up this, we ballin' to the max. Fresh like I got a contract. Moving through the city, we be going.
Yeah.
Roll up this, you pullin', now you know it.
Yeah.
Fresher than a max contract.
Love.
Pullin' up, we walkin', then we walkin' in the back.
Every time you see me, know I look like Stephen Curry money. Like finals every year, what you expect from me?